Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Feed, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town. Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto Nike's. I beat it like a crease. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down back to back in the row. He really the one. They already know. So all of my chains go put on the show.
Giving out gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the pavement. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Rockin' gym, sippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Qualified.
Some people call me Tiff. This is about another kind of.
I be missing out on a whole bunch of different drops, man.
You wanted to hang. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas.
Remember back in the days, man. Them days is over.
So I'll go. We're gonna come back next year with some more drops as well. I could drop some recommendations to upload it, but we already got a ton. We got some of the best drops ever, man. I'm sorry. We got some classic moments in them drops.
It was another drop I almost got, but I might get it for next year. But for some reason, this clip been going around every time you talking about somebody that's kind of cooning a little bit. It's John Amos clip where he was like, Toby be a good nigga.
Yeah, we might need that one, man. I gotta look in the archives too. I know there's a bunch of stuff that happened this year that was funny. We can put into there. What's up, Captain Fireball on YouTube? To see you, man. Happy Friday, dog.
What up, man? That's my man Marty.
What up, Marty?
He got the best tailgate at NRG, man.
Hell yeah, man. Gotta. Well, actually, I can't go, but if I ever could go, if I ever leave the job or something, I'll make sure to check that out, man.
Call off one day, man. Have somebody else do it to show your work.
Yeah, I mean, if I get to a point where I'm well off enough where I don't need the money and can just skip on it, I would do it. But as far as now, I need that cash, man. So I can't just call off for the day. So, but I digress. We're back at it. Back for a year-end edition of the Gems and Juice podcast. It's probably gonna be our last podcast of the year, unless something insane happens, like Jay-Z drop a surprise album or some shit, you know. But unless of emergency, this is the last podcast of the year for us. So we're gonna wrap up everything, talk about some of the biggest moments. He said, "Make Figgy cover for me." Nah, man, that shit.
Hey, I don't need Mark Vandermeer yelling at me. No, shout out to Mark Vandermeer, but anybody to cuss me out because I missed out on
Hey, now is a good time to get Mark because Mark is in a good mood. Dog, that Chiefs game was the happiest I've heard him in a long time. Even off air, off mic, he was giddy. He was so happy. So I think even if you fuck up something, he won't even care. He'll move on.
Don't worry about it, Fig.
Yeah, the rough years were when the Texans were ass, and he would just get mad at everything. But now is a good time, man. I see some shit happening, it don't even phase him anymore. So I'm like, yeah, this when the team is good, you go the whole lot. Might ask for a raise. Be like, hey, Mark, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, times are tough. The economy is bad, all these tariffs. Mark, you can up the pay a little bit, man. But yes, we're back at it for a year-end edition and all that. So we're gonna get into it. First off, we'll check in with you, Figgy. You got any holiday plans? You going back to Cleveland late last evening?
Yeah, I'm
What's
actually
going on with the holidays, man.
Yeah, I got to find the drop now. Where's the damn drop?
I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
I'm catching the plane to Cleveland. Next week evening. I think probably like next Friday. Looking to catch a flight to Cleveland. I'm gonna spend some time up there for the week. Just
okay, nice.
Chill out a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's cool. We got our family together. I think the kids, my niece and nephew, is going to be over this year. I think last year they were over their dad's house, but this year I think we're going to be with the whole family be together. So gonna have a good time. They're already asking for shit. These spoiled ass kids, man. Yeah. It's funny when they're kids. Like the price of Christmas gifts was a lot cheaper. Because they might just want a game. They might just want, usually it's a game or a toy or some shit. But now they're asking for iPads and AirPods and shit. I'm like, wait a minute, man.
Dude, I got a niece up in Cleveland. Well, she's my great niece. So she's my niece's daughter. Yeah. And this girl, I think, man, she got to be in like second grade, third grade. Man, she like, I want an iPhone. I want an iPad. I'm just like, damn. I'm like, let me tuck this little teddy bear back then.
Right.
I was about to get you some little teddy bear or something. And I'm like, she want an iPhone, and then she wants some expensive ass braids in her hair. And I'm like, dang, this little girl grown. This is why I ain't having no kids.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, because at least once you get to like maybe middle school, I think the most expensive thing at the time boys wanted was like a game system. And that was like, at that time, that was like a cool $150. You probably pay like $150, $200 max. And that's your Christmas right there. A couple games, that's about $40 each.
Yep.
Like, that's your Christmas right there. Now it's like, man, even if a boy asks for a PS5, man, that's like $500 right there. And that's if they have it.
$570 for a second controller if you want to play with them or anybody else. Then the games are $80 new. Sitting all this shit, man. So it's like, it's a much more expensive world we're living out in here now. Everybody want, and I think it's a lot of the kids come with the shit too that make it look like, hey, so and so has an iPhone and an iPad and AirPods. So man. The price of the brick has gone up, way up for Christmas gifts and shit. But it's still good to spoil the kids every now and then, man, if you can. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into the a recap of the Texans. Like I said, Mark Vandermeer is very happy. A lot of Texans fans are happy. They beat the Chiefs Sunday Night Football, primetime game. Did not get embarrassed in front of the hoes, man. We look good in front of the hoes.
Hey, we 2-0 in front of the hoes, or not?
Yes.
I'm gonna say 2-0 because he did lose in front of the. Matter of fact, the hoes might have been asleep on that Monday night game.
Yeah,
they might have went to sleep, but or at least the last two primetime games did not get embarrassed in front of the hoes.
Yes, we're looking good. We're looking good out there, man. They peeping, they peeping game.
Yeah, we looking fly.
Yes.
We looking fly. We cracking jokes,
pulling numbers, man. We doing it.
Hey, they asking for our Instagram and everything.
Yep. Oh, you got how many followers? Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
What you doing next week?
Yeah, man. The Texans look really good. They're rolling. What is this now? 5 wins in a row?
Yep.
Yeah, they are rolling. Beat the Chiefs. I think we finally put the nail in the Chiefs season, man. I think it's basically over for them now. They look like ass out there, dog. You know, and of course, I couldn't hear the national broadcast because I'm doing a radio shit. But dog, I saw clips, man. The dick riding from Chris Collinsworth to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs was disgusting, dog. They got to pull him from the broadcast next year.
Yeah,
you can't be having that.
Nah, it was bad, man. It was worse than Tony. It was very Tony Romo-ish.
Yes.
Where it was just like, man, dog, you are talking to. I never once said that about a color commentator where I'm like, man, just shut up. Like, you ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to always talk. Like, damn, this dude was just saying unnecessary shit, man.
Like, I get when he's on the field making plays. Like, yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes. I get it. You're going to glaze a little bit. But now this nigga was on the bench. And CJ and the offense were rolling. They cut the camera to Patrick Mahomes, and he's all like, yeah, there he goes. You know, I see, you know what he's thinking. He's so competitive. He's going to come out there and do the same thing. And he threw a pick.
Yeah. So. And he wasn't even having a good game. It was one of his worst games of his career.
No, one of the worst games he's had that I've seen in a long time.
He never had a game where he threw 3 interceptions and no touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
That never happened to him, and you can't be glad. It'd be one thing if he was balling out, then I totally get it. But nah, he was awful.
Yeah. It was. Look, this is really why I think this defense has to be the best in the league now, because all these so-called elite quarterbacks look terrible against us. Man, nobody's really had a great game this year. And I know Lamar didn't play in the Ravens game, but in general, the so-called great quarterbacks we played look very average against this defense. And that's why I think they can hang with anybody in the league right now, the way they're playing. Now, the offense is what I'm still worried about. That last game did not, ease any fears about the offense, man. They started off hot, then cooled way the fuck down. And, of course, they won because the defense made some great plays. But the offense, like, if anybody gets 3 touchdowns or more against this team, I'm critical that they can come back and make that and win a game like that, win a shootout. It's impossible right now to win a shootout with this offense. But the defense is playing great. They shut all that down. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I think the rest of these games, I don't want to jinx it, but I mean, they play the Cardinals next without Kyler Murray. They got fucking Jacoby Brissett in there. So
the rest of these games is winnable, man.
Yeah.
They got past the hard part of the schedule, which was, I think it was the Bills, the Colts, and the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the 3 where we were sitting there like, man, they need to at least win 2 of them. Like 2 of them, like I was expecting them to lose like 2 of those games.
Yeah.
And then the Colts, they lost their starting quarterback. They got old ass Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, what do you think about that, man? And do you think Cam Newton has a point? He was very upset that nobody called him, but they called who actually retired. He literally retired, Phillip Rivers, 44-year-old grandfather. They pulled him off the couch. And I see J.J. Watt trader ass doing some fucking promo for this dude talking about, well, actually, his high school ran the same offense as the Colts are running. What? All right, man. So what are your thoughts about Phillip Rivers coming back? And do you think quarterbacks like Colin Kaepernick and Cam Newton have a point?
Hey, one of my favorite things whenever you see a story like this is always the evergreen tweet. Colin Kaepernick still training in game shape, ready to go.
Jamel Hill had to have tweeted. I didn't check Jamel Hill, but she must have said something about this, right? Because she's always the one who brings up Colin Kaepernick. So I would imagine she said something about this.
I didn't see her say anything. She might have, but I didn't see anything. But my thoughts is, I'm like, damn, y'all can't be down that bad. Because I mean, I know the rest of the quarterbacks on their roster might be a little trash, but I'm like, damn, ain't nobody out there you can sign? I mean, like, man, like you're better off going to a quarterback that haven't played since 2020. That was on the couch. I mean, I know JJ said he was coaching the same office and all that bullshit, but dog, like that was the better option out of everybody else. Man, that was just hard to believe, man. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I talked about it a little earlier today. I kind of want to see this, kind of like on some rubber net type shit. I just want to see what he looked like, because it could be either totally bad, where it's just like, oh, he looked like an old ass man, where we start making memes out of it, or either he could come in there and looking like Tom Brady and just off the couch after 5 years throwing for 300 plus yards. So it could go either way. But I don't know. I never seen anything like this, man. In the middle of the season, that's crazy.
Yeah, even when Joe Flacco had like his comeback resurgence, he was still playing. It's not like he retired, then came back and was balling.
Yeah, he I think he was playing last year.
Yeah.
And then he just got called kind of late in the season because injuries and all that stuff. But it wasn't like he wasn't off for 5 years. That part is just insane, man.
It really is, man. I think the Texans end their season against the Colts. I think if Phillip Rivers is still in there, this might be too violent for TV, man. They might have to add a disclaimer. Remember when you played Resident Evil on the PlayStation 1 and it had the warning that said this game contains scenes of like intense violence? Gore and intense violence. They might have to put that disclaimer before the game starts on CBS, wherever the fuck it airs, because this might be cruel and unusual punishment for a 44-year-old man to go through against this Texans defense that gets at the quarterback. Yeah. So you gotta be careful, man.
Man,
good for us though. Good for us, but
and it kind of show you, unless he come out of nowhere and play like Joe Flacco did a couple years ago, man, their season might be over, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy being 8-2 and leading the division. Look like you gonna blow everybody else. Now the Jaguars at the door. Now the Texans creeping up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, the shit changes quick. Yeah, you never say it's over till it's over.
They might miss the playoffs, man.
That'll be insane if that happened.
Yeah,
one of the biggest fall offs in recent history if that happens, man. 8-2 and miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
shit. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But of course, it's good news for the Texans. Texans are peaking at the right moment. And to look back in retrospect, it's better that they started slow and it ended up like this than starting quick and getting a bunch of wins, then falling off late in the year. I think they're peaking right now. This defense is insane. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how the playoff run goes if they get in there. And looking forward to it. So good times to be a Texans fan. I'm really happy seeing this picture of the city and people celebrating too, man. That makes me feel good, all warm inside. Seeing, the local broadcast, everybody celebrating at the tailgate, everybody in the primetime games, everybody just having a great time out there. Warms my heart as a lifelong Houstonian and been following this team since 2002 when they started. So good vibes out there, man. I'm glad for the fans. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, man. I'm excited, man. Like you said, one of the best defenses in the league, or the best defense in the league. But best defense in team history. Yeah. I've been hearing that thrown out there too. And yeah, man, it's fun to watch them too, man. That hit Jalen Petrie put on Rashee Rice, that looked like a fucking car accident. I was like, oh, the way that dude landed, I'm like, man, they playing for real. And the motherfucker had that damn Guardian cap on.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too, man. Is it immature that I'm still laughing at that? No. Like, I understand he's doing it for health reasons, but every time I see that hat, it's just funny to me, man. It reminds me of back when video games had like the big head code. and shit. It reminds me of something like that, man.
Yeah.
Maybe I think I'm just immature or something because
It
I
kinda
laugh
look-
at that shit.
It looked real Meteor Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you got the big blue helmet and a little body. Yeah.
Man. But I call it the Wayne Head helmet too. Remember that show Wayne Head with
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So but looking forward to the rest of the season, man. We'll see how shit goes. And of course, by the time we come back, it'll be over. Or not over. I think hopefully they'll still be in the mix.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes, man.
Mhm.
Other things. All right. New releases. The long-awaited, very, very, very long-awaited album with Nas and DJ Premier finally released. It's been 20 plus years and people asking for it and rumors of it existing, kind of like the Scarface and Tupac album that people kept saying, Scarface and Tupac got an album that never came out. And Scarface multiple times shut that down and said, no, they don't, but people still believe it.
Yeah.
People were like that with the Nas and DJ Premier album too. They thought there was a whole album full of, that they made an album together or some shit, and it never happened. But it has now. The last one of the Mass Appeal Legend series that included De La Soul, Slick Rick, Mobb Deep, etc., etc. The final one has dropped. It is called Light Years with DJ Premier and Nas, feature with AZ, of course, bringing it back to the Illmatic days. But besides that, it's just them. And yeah, so Figgy, I'll let you go first, man. What are your thoughts on this album? And do you think it lived up to the long hype of it finally releasing?
I got to be honest, man. I was very disappointed with this album. Very disappointed to the point I started with the first song, My Life Is Real. I'm listening to it. I'm just like, all right, like, nah, skip. I was trying to listen as long as I can to try to get a feel for it. But I'm like, man, I'm like, nah, this ain't it. With the track 2, listening, I'm just like, man, this ain't it. But I looked on here, I'm like, okay, New York State of Mind Part 3. I'm like, that gotta be fire right there. I know for a fact. I get to that song, I'm just like, nah, this ain't it, man. Dude, I'm like, I'm like, all right, I got through the whole thing just to kind of get a feel for it. I went to track 4. I'm just like, nah, we 0 for 4 right now, man. We 0 for 4. I'm just like, dog, what the fuck is going on, man? Hey, this making me want to go back to the Nas and Kanye, how rough it was for me. I didn't like any other production so far. I think Primo was 0 for 4. It wasn't until I got to track 5, which is Madman, where I'm just like, okay, this sounds like a little bit of old school DJ Premier. And that song got tolerated. I'm like, all right, this is a cool song. I was totally fine with it. I'm like, all right, that's the one song I like. But man, dog, I was going through all of these songs and I'm just like, man, this ain't it, man. And it's not even me just being critical. I was sitting here like, nah, I can't. I wouldn't play this in my car. I wouldn't get in the car and put this on. I'm going through like track by track. And then the one that really ticked me off, man, it was the track 10, which was Nasty Esco Nasir. I played that, man. It had a real Peanuts to an Elephant type vibe to it, man. I'm like, nah, man. At this point, I'm just skipping through everything because it ain't gonna be no cool little beat switch with a DJ Premier album. So I'm just skipping through. I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. And then track 12 was cringy for me because I think at the very end he started this song is called what is it, To the Ladies, pretty much. And, I forgot the name of it, but it was
Bouquet.
That's what it was. So I guess at the end of the song, he was calling himself, giving flowers to all the female MCs and rappers. This dude over here shouting out City Girls. He's shouting out Coi Leray.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, look, City Girls don't give a fuck about no Nas, man. And they probably ain't even gonna hear this song. I was just like, man, what is going on? And then at the I think the last track, I kind of cringed at this point because one of his legendary songs is Second Childhood. Mm-hmm. So this one's Third Childhood. So I'm at this point, I'm like, man, I don't even want to give it a shot, man, because I know it ain't gonna sound nothing similar to what Second Childhood was. Didn't really care for it, man. I came away from this album with one song, man. And I don't even know if I'll go back to that song, but the one song I could tolerate was Madman. And I was just so disappointed. I think Primo, it seemed like he got a little too cute or too smooth with it. I wanted to hear some grimy type hip hop shit, man. This really didn't feel like that to me, man. I was very disappointed. I was so disappointed, man. I think Nas is better off just rapping over some old Primo beats and just remaking those songs, because this was not it, man. Disappointed is an understatement, man. I know you talked about it last week. You said you wasn't sure. You was kind of questioning what DJ Premier was bringing as of late. And you were 100% right, man. You might have undersold it, to be honest. I was so disappointed, man. This might, I don't know, maybe I'm just in the moment, but this might be one of the worst Nas albums to me, man. I can't go back to any of these songs. At least, even with the Kanye Nas album, it's a couple songs on there I can
some
go
good
back
songs,
to.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple songs I could go back to, man. And I ain't think that album was that bad in real time. But this was his what Lil Wayne recent album was that, Carter 6?
Yeah.
That was Nas Carter 6 right here. This was bad, man, and very, very disappointed coming from DJ Premier.
No, man, you took the words in my mouth, man. That's 100% my feelings as well. I think this is the most disappointing album release. Depends on how you viewed Lil Wayne in 2026 or 2025. Honestly, him dropping a dud was not surprising. But for Nas, it kind of is, especially with the names DJ Premier and Nas together making an album. And like you said, DJ, when the De La Soul album came out, I heard the DJ Premier beats, and honestly, those songs were some of my least favorite songs on that album. So I was like, uh-oh, we might be in trouble with the Nas album. And yeah, man, I don't know if they were just going for a completely different vibe, like elevator music type shit or something. And look, if you want to do a more smoother, maybe jazzier album, that's fair, but it just didn't sound good, man. There's nothing in this album that really gets your head bumping. The nerve of them to do New York State of Mind Part 3 and have it be that song. Stepping on Legacy, dog. These are Part 1 and 2, some of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. I like 2 more than 1, actually.
Hey, I was gonna bring that up. That was kind of a hot take for me. I think 2 is way better than 1.
The beat on 2 is insane, man. Yeah. I like 2. I'm with you there. I think Part 2 is better than Part 1. But the nerve of them to use that name for that song, like, just stepping on a legacy. And it was really, really nasty. No pun intended. Also, nasty. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Some kind of T.I. versus TIP type thing with fucking Nasty versus Esco, Nasir, all that shit. Look, people are bagging on DJ Premier And fair enough, because he did not bring it production wise. But I think they're giving Nas a bit of a pass too, because I don't think he was that strong lyrically on this album either.
Yeah.
Some of this shit he was rapping about, like cryptocurrency, and there's like, I think it was the second song he was talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and he said high tech like NVIDIA, and dog, it's NVIDIA. It's the tech company, not NVIDIA. But so it came off very trying to look cool for the kids, you know.
Yeah.
That hey guy, kind of like when Jay-Z, people bag on Jay-Z, and I did too, for his I'm a fancy art collector era. This is that for Nas. I know about Bitcoin and investments, guys. Look at me. All right, Nas. Lyrically, I don't think he was very strong either, but the production was so bad on this album. I think there was 2 songs I listened to from start to finish that I could make it through. Writers and Junkie. I like those songs. I thought the beat was pretty decent on those songs. But other than that, man, most disappointing album of the year, I would say, by far. How you gonna let Clips outdo you? How you gonna let all these older MCs on your fucking label who came through and dropped better projects than you, and you save yours for last, and it's the worst one?
Yeah.
Insane, man. I don't want to be too hot takey about it, but this is not an album that's going to age well. I can already tell, man. People want to act like, oh, it's going to age well in 5 years. No, it's not, man. The dated references in the lyrics, the production, which is just like somebody imitating DJ's Premier style and doing it horribly. Not understanding. Even the scratches sounded shitty, man. Everything about it sounded bad, dog. And I just don't understand. Nas should have slapped the shit out of DJ Premier. You should have said, "Do it again, dog." He should have made him get back in the lab and cook these beats again, because it's just it was very, very sleep-inducing music, I would call it. Nothing that gets your head moving, nothing that gets you feeling anything, really. And very unfortunate, man, because I was looking forward to it. I know you were too. And to hear, look, I was not expecting Nas's like part 2, but I was expecting better than this. And like, he got outdone by Hit Boy. Enough said.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think the most disappointing about this is I felt like, and we talked about this, felt like Nas won just his personal albums. With all them albums, I think he did like 4 albums with Hit Boy, or 4 projects. And I was like, damn, like he was on a run. And to me, I don't want to say this album neglected all of that, but it kind of did, man. I felt like, because I was, I don't think he's better than Jay-Z, but I think it was an argument said to as far as like recent run albums. I think we might have mentioned that, like the last couple Nas albums versus the last couple Jay-Z albums.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I think Nas kind of got Jay-Z on the last couple albums. Like, he was getting better with time. And then this album, I'm like, man, to me, I would expect this album after the Kanye album. I would expect it, like, if this was Kanye album and then he come out with this one, I would have been like, I probably still would have been excited because of DJ Premier, but it wouldn't have surprised me if he dropped that after the Kanye album. But man, this was rough, man. I don't think I ever go back to this album. I ain't even want to tweet about it. I ain't want to get the old sending me death threats and all this shit. But this album, this was probably the most disappointing album of the year.
Yeah, man. I'm on the hip hop sites and forums, and I like to see, because a lot of these places are very heavy Nas stands in them.
Yeah.
So I've been reading in the cope coming from these fans, man. They're trying to convince themselves that it's a good album, saying, well, y'all just don't get the vibe. They're not going for that 90s vibe. They're going for a different vibe. Dog, no.
Y'all gotta save. I mean, they need to save that then.
Yes.
That's DJ Premier's whole image. Is that real hip hop 90s boom bap type shit. And if you ain't bringing that, what are you doing then? You got to let us know then. You got to let us know you experimenting or some shit, because that's what we come to look for. We just think of all the greatest Nas songs that was produced by DJ Premier. People want to hear that. People want to go for that or something similar. So they can save that if they don't want to do that type of style. I just didn't get that, man. I really didn't.
Yeah, if you're gonna go for this laid back shit, I would rather you do an album with Madlib. I would rather you do an album with Alchemist. I will take the drumless Alchemist loops over what this album was, man. Because I think the last Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist album was better than this. So yeah, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if Nas was like, fuck it, and got the beats and just rapped over them, or if there was any kind of creative collaboration here, because it kind of just feels like Premier sent the beats of Nas for a couple days, just wrote some shit and rapped, and that was it. It feels rushed, and it's very unfortunate, man, because like I said, we're looking forward to this one, and it's a dud. I gotta call it. It's a dud, man. So
even the song with AZ, I was kind of wanting to hear with AZ. That sound like they wasn't even in the same country together. Like they try to make it seem like, hey, we in the studio talking to each other. Hey, what's up, bro? It's been a minute. That sound very punchy.
Yeah, it sounded very rough.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I was cringing, man. I'm just like, man, I can't believe this. I can't believe what I mean. If you would have told me 10 years ago that a DJ Premier and Nas album would be whack, I would have been like, man, you just not a Nas fan or DJ Premier fan. But man, this is real life right here, man. This album was bad. I was so disappointed, man. I wasn't sure how you was gonna feel about this. I didn't even tell you how I felt. When you said you go first, I was thinking like, man, I'm like all over this album, man. I was so disappointed.
Good. I didn't know how you felt about it either, but I figured, because we have pretty similar taste. And I figured you weren't going to be feeling it either, man. But the way you broke it down was hilarious. Going through track, because that's exactly how I felt, man. I was going track through track, and I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Where is the Premier that we know and love? Where is the Nas? I'm not saying he got to be 20-year-old Nas at 50, but both of them, their energy was production side, lyric side. It was off, man. It feels like they just did it to do it.
Yeah, it's been a long time since an album I was really anticipating, where I listened to the first 4 or 5 tracks and it was just like a skip. Because if it's an album you really can't wait to hear and you're a fan, you might not like the first track, but the second track gonna be dope, and the third track it's gonna go. But this one, I'm just like, what? You would have thought I think I like more Drake projects than this. Like not the craziest Drake fan as far as his albums and stuff, but his albums lately, it was a few more tracks I liked on there more than this one. This one was rough, man. I can't believe this album sounded that bad to the point I would never go back to it.
Yeah, I would take Kanye now in what he's been putting out over this Nas album, because at least the production's still pretty decent on
the two over this.
Yeah. I might take Vultures too, an album which I forgot even existed till now. I might take that one over this one, man, because this is very rough.
Yeah, I would take all them albums. I wouldn't even include Pusha T's album, but all of them albums from that one year. that Tiana Taylor, the Kid
Yeah.
Cudi, the Ye album, that Nas album. I would take all of those in a heartbeat over this one.
No, 100%, man. I don't know what happened. I wonder if there will be any kind of statement about it. I wonder if they're proud of this project. I don't know, man. I don't know how they feel about it. But as fans, as people who, have been fans of Nas and fans of DJ Premier and fans of hip hop in general, it was disappointing. It was a disappointment. Unfortunate.
I'm curious to see what like media people in the industry gonna say about this album. I just want to hear what they gonna say. Oh, this was a great album. I'm kind of curious what their honest opinion is gonna be, or they just gonna keep it and say, oh yeah, great album and all that, because I just don't see how.
They're gonna glaze it. I've already looked at the YouTube comments and it's like 99% positive. Everybody acting like I feel like it's the 90s again. Wow, they like, even the shittiest songs got positive comments on the YouTube comments. So I think older people are the people who listen to this album are gonna glaze it and online if they're fans, because they're just happy that Nas is still making music and we got this album. I think that people who are most critical of music are younger and they listen to stuff like Playboy Cardi and all that shit, and they will say that's ass. But as you get older, you don't really voice your displeasure online anymore. If your homie to ask you about it, you'll be like, man, that shit was ass. But you're not going to get on Twitter and say this shit was horrible.
Yeah,
that's mainly what the kids do. In terms of I think people are going to glaze it online and you won't see a lot of hate. But if you ask people who actually listen to it and are fans of Nas, like I got a friend I've known for a long time. I haven't talked to him in a long time either, but we used to work together and he was a huge Nas fan. I got to tap in and see what he thinks about this. I'm sure he would say it's ass. But yeah, man, it's rough. It's very rough. But
it's been a long time since I don't think this ever happened where I couldn't get through a whole Nas song.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing album, but a whole Nas song where you just like, nah, I'm cool. I skipped almost everything, man.
Yeah, I just don't know what they were hearing. I don't know. I don't see how you can name that song New York State of Mind Part 3.
Yeah.
They got to explain that to me. What about that song and that beat made you think that was a worthy follow-up to two of the greatest songs of all time in rap?
Yeah.
I think that one. I can understand creative differences with us listening and them creating, but they got to explain that one track in general. I want to hear what they were thinking when they cooked that one up, because that shit, some of this shit just sounded like they snipped out some orchestra of a horror movie and looped it and called it a beat. I'm like, there's one of those songs, I forget which one it was, but I'm like, Doc, is this even a beat?
Yeah.
There's no drums. It's just a loop, and it's the shittiest loop too.
Yeah.
I don't understand what they were doing, man.
Yeah. And then I got a little irritated too. At this point, I'm going through the album. I'm like, all right, man, I'm fucking irritated. I'm skipping through now. Like, what the fuck else on here so I can get the fuck out this album? I saw a fucking I think it's a track called It's Time. It said featuring the Steve Miller Band. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing with Steve Miller at this point? Because I'm like, man, how more disrespectful can you get? And I wouldn't have had that same energy if the album was fire. If it was fire, I'd be like, okay, let me see what they got with Steve Miller Band. Man, at that point, I'm like, man, like now y'all about to fuck up the good name of the Steve Miller Band.
Yeah.
And of course they wasn't on the track, it was a sample. But I'm just like, man, what the fuck y'all doing? Take that fucking name off of that album, man.
Yes, and that's another thing I'm getting sick of. These samples acting like it's a feature on the album. Can we stop that? I'm getting sick. Cardi B did that too earlier this year. I'm getting sick of this listen to sample as when is rap ever done this?
Yeah.
Only time I can remember is maybe that Eric Sermon song with Marvin Gaye, just like I think that's it featuring Marvin Gaye, and I'm like come on now, yeah. But usually, if it's a sample, you don't hear Mason Diddy saying featuring Diana Ross,
yeah,
on All About the Benjamins and all this shit, man. Not All About the Benjamins, the other song, but
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about, the one with Biggie.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's I don't like this whole naming the sample as a feature. I think it's deceptive, especially when it's somebody like featuring Mariah Carey, featuring Janet Jackson. You go to it and it's just a sample. So I'm getting a little sick of that.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably like, I don't know if it's like a streaming type of thing to try to get everybody to go to that song or something like that, or algorithm thing. But that always been stupid to me, man. I never liked that.
Yeah, I'm getting a little sick of it. I think it's the speaking of which, the wasted money on that Steve Miller Band sample too, and all these samples, I'm sure they were sampled off of things they had to pay for.
Yeah,
wasted. Like if you're gonna pay up, at least make the beat fire or listenable. And they did not do a good job, man. Premier really. I know we all get old, but this fall off to me is similar to Timbaland, where their recent shit is so bad you wonder how they were ever good. You know, it's rough, man. It's really rough. But in other news, you put me on this other new release too. We got to talk about at least briefly. 21 Savage had a album come out. What is the album called? What Happened to the Streets? That's the name of the album. And I heard of something about this, but I didn't actually listen to it. You put me on a certain song you said I had to listen to featuring Drake. It's called Mr. Recoup. And yeah, this song, I don't know if they were going for like a TikTok meme joke or some shit they just want to go viral with, but it has to be one of the worst songs I've heard this year. It's awful. The beat is terrible. Like you said, penis to an elephant type shit. And it sounds like a joke, but to be fair, I didn't hear the rest of the album. I think you listened to it more than me. So what are your thoughts on the new 21 Savage album?
So his album, to me, it sounded like an old 21 Savage album, because I know the last couple albums he kind of got in this sample bag. I think he was doing had some albums with Metro, if I ain't mistaken. And Metro's kind of in that sample type bag. So he was a little soulful a little bit. But this one's back to that ratchet ass 21 Savage type shit. Kind of early 21 Savage. And I'm not saying early as in, that 21 Savage is back, but just the typical 21 Savage type of sound. So I ain't really got a deep dive into it. It's probably a couple good gym songs in there and all that shit. He has some features in there too. I forgot who was featured on there. I want to say Glorilla, Lotto. There's a couple people in there that album. But the Drake song though. Obviously everybody went to the Drake song. It's been a minute since we actually, I guess the Iceman album ain't dropping this year.
I was going to ask how you felt about that. Are you surprised that Drake didn't drop this year or at the end of the year?
I'm kind of surprised a little bit because he was promoting it a lot. And so I thought he was going to drop something. But I don't know what happened. It just got quiet. And I think this was the best move for him not to drop anything this year, just to kind of let it die down, because it would have been rough trying to drop some shit. And then, this is kind of the tail end of the whole Kendrick Lamar shit. Because remember, what was it? A year ago, 2 years ago? Was it 2024 when the beef happened? I think it was 2024 when the beef happened. And you going through that, so obviously you probably ain't gonna drop no album or something crazy. and then he had the Super Bowl shit. Remember, he had the Super Bowl shit. He had the he dropped the album, and then it did the tour. So this is all in the 2-year span, pretty much. So to me, it would have been smart for him to just kind of lay low a little bit, regroup, rethink some things, and then come back strong with a smash hit. But him just dropping some throwaways. Remember, he was dropping little throwaways and kind of being weird with it a little bit, little weird packages with videos and shit. I felt like it was one song that we like. I think both of us liked this song, but didn't really take off as much.
Yeah, What Did I Miss?
Yeah, I thought that song was dope. But once I realized how stuff was kind of falling flat a little bit, I just thought it was best for him not to even just regroup for next year, man. Once, Kendrick Lamar, I think he's done touring. He ain't dropping no album. I don't think he's dropping no album no time soon. And then just kind of regroup and start again. But to answer your question, I was a little bit surprised with how he was kind of rolling the whole Iceman thing out. But it didn't surprise me that it didn't happen.
Yeah, I was confused by the rollout too, because I thought he was rolling out the album. I think it started with What Did I Miss in July. So
Yeah.
I figured by this time we'd have the Drake album. And I don't know if it's some political thing, if it's something he's trying to play games with his charts. Maybe Taylor Swift got some shit still out there that he's scared to drop for. Maybe he thought that he was going to win the Universal lawsuit. Maybe certain things set it back. Maybe it's just not good enough for his standard. I don't know. But I did think, and to be fair, he could still drop it in winter.
Yeah.
He could still drop it next month. But I think if we get into springtime and we haven't heard Iceman, that's going to be kind of weird to drop a supposedly kind of winter flavored album, at least sounding like that from the title, and drop it in spring or summer. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe we'll get it next month. Maybe he'll drop it on Christmas. He'll pull a fucking Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
We'll have to do an emergency podcast
But
while
shit,
we're fucking.
But shit, he been so quiet though, man. Like, haven't heard anything, no type of promotion or anything behind that. And this was, I think this and kind of get to this song that was on the 21 Savage album with Drake. That was one of the first songs I heard from him in a little bit.
Yeah.
And that song wasn't good. I know I brought up Nas Peanuts to an Elephant song on his album. This one definitely was inspired by Peanuts to an Elephant. Man, this beat was rough. I ain't like the way they were rapping on it. This sound like some. If you would have told me this was Drake and 21 Savage in 2002 when they were kids or some shit, and they were just in the studio messing around, that was their first song, I would have been like, okay, that sound like it. That kind of makes sense. But they sound better now. This one, I can't believe they came up with this. This was rough, even for Drake standards. And I think a lot of people kind of be a little extra on some songs from Drake trash because it might not be for you, but it might be it's probably a fire beat. He probably saying some cool stuff, sound cool, but this one was trash, man. This was bad. This was like, I can't remember a Drake or some type of artist song featuring Drake being rough like this.
Yeah, I mean, the one criticism I hear that gets on my nerves is people who are, and it's usually like the fucking, not Bomani Jones, the other guy from Mark Lamont Hill types, the ones who are like, are critical of Drake because they feel like his music is not mature enough, or that he hasn't changed enough, or where's the growth in lyricism?
Grow up.
Yeah, and I'm like, Drake is who he is, man. All right, yeah, you got to accept that he's not in his almost 40s going to start rapping like Mos Def. All right, he is who he is. He raps about his own life, And that's one thing I think is getting kind of corny. Everybody acting like, suddenly they're sick of Drake and the shit that's worked for him for damn near 20 years. Suddenly they're getting sick of it and acting like he needs to grow up.
They sick of him making club songs and hits. Like, no, man. I mean, that's who he is, man. And honestly, he can be the other person if he wanted to. Now, he ain't got to be Mos Def or Common or nothing, but he can make a mature album if he want to. But that's not his thing. I think he's chart chasing. He's all about the album sales. He wanna dominate the charts. He talked about it multiple times, beating Michael Jackson and breaking his record and all that stuff. So that's the reason why that was my criticism of him for years.
Yeah,
him just trying to do these R&B songs all the time, and I'm just like, man, what's up with the rapidy rap Drake? But he been focused on certain type of R&B songs or these Afrobeat type songs because he know that's gonna stick around on the charts. So I ain't got no beef with that at this point. That's who he is. But I don't like the excuse. I don't like that excuse either. Of when is he gonna grow up? When he gonna start rapping mature? Like, no, this is him, man. It ain't like he rapping like Playboy Cardi. But this is his type of content.
Yeah, no, look, I used to make those same excuse or same complaints years ago, but I've grown past it. We're never gonna get 6 a.m. in Toronto Drake for a whole album, man. It's just not gonna happen. We've wanted it. I've been listening to Drake since he came out, and we're never gonna get that for a whole album. Okay, we'll get some songs sprinkled in, some lyricism here and there for the hip hop heads, but he's the shotgun approach to music making. He's trying to get everybody. He's trying to get the women. He's trying to get the people clubbing, the people, the real hip hop heads, and he's trying to get all of them to contribute to his streams. So yeah, we're never going to get that from Drake. That complaint, that ship has sailed, and he is who he is. So you can either like him or not, but don't act like he needs to grow up and his shit just ain't working no more. Just because he lost the beef to Kendrick don't mean that his approach is bad. Yeah. It just means he lost the beef to Kendrick.
Yeah.
But what he's done is work. I think he's still the most streamed hip hop artist this year. Yeah. Despite not dropping the album, really, technically, like his own album solo. He's still the most streamed artist, rapper, hip hop artist of the year. So obviously what he's doing is working.
Yeah, and that song, I want to say Nokia is that song that's probably like the most streamed, which is on brand for him.
Yeah. I gotta fact check it because I saw Drake was the number one most streamed artist on Apple Music globally in 2025. So the most streamed artist, period, on Apple Music, beating Taylor Swift somehow. So, I mean, obviously, he's and like, I don't know if that was cooked somehow. I mean, we got bots out there. I find it hard to believe he beat Taylor. I guess he did somehow. Yeah. So I don't know. You can't. It's hard to believe with the bots and all that shit, but
yeah. And then he didn't. Like you said, it wasn't like he dropped his own solo album, and she dropped the album this year. So that's kind of tough to say, but hey, that's all we got right now. So yeah. But
hey, so obviously what he's doing is working, regardless if you don't like it or not. I don't like it a lot of times. Like I said, I'm sick of Drake singing, but I can't say nothing because the shit still sells. So whatever. That's just a personal thing I have, apparently.
Yeah. But that song on that 21 Savage album was rough, man.
Yeah.
It's been rough on my ears today, man. Listening to that Nas album and then trying to listen to that Drake and 21 Savage album. I'm just like, man, what is going on?
Yeah, it's unfortunate because we thought we would close the year out on some good music, man. And I'm like, what? I think overall it's been a good year for hip hop, despite everybody saying for the millionth fucking time that hip hop is dead or dying. I thought this was a good year for hip hop. We're going to recap some of the albums and all this shit later on. But I thought this was a good year for hip hop. It's unfortunate that it ended on a kind of shit note with a kind of what sounds like a mid 21 Savage album and a very, very mid Nas and DJ Premier collaboration. So it's unfortunate, man, because I thought other than that, it's been a good year for hip hop in general.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that. Actually, yeah, we'll start the album wrap up now. I did see this on a rundown though. Max B and French Montana.
Yeah.
Make America Wavy. Is that an album?
No, it's a song.
Okay.
It's a song. I think this is his first. This is Max B's first song since he been out, pretty much. I
haven't heard it. How does it sound, man?
I'm not really a fan of it, man. I wasn't a fan of it. And I wasn't sure how Max B was gonna sound. He was doing this little fast rap type shit. I didn't really like that. French Montana is doing the French Montana thing, rapping over with the auto tune and shit. Didn't really care for it, to be honest. And this is coming from a guy that was a fan of French Montana and Max B. And just didn't care for it at all. Yeah, I don't know how they gonna sound together in 2026, or if people going to graduate to that sound. But I wasn't a fan, man. I wasn't a fan. And you know what? This is probably the first time we really gonna see what type of artist Max B is, because I realized this once he got home. A lot of his music is over other people's beats, like known songs. And it was driving me nuts because he had all type of shows and all this. And every time he make an appearance, I'm like, man, why y'all keep playing these old ass songs from 20 years ago, man? They just kept playing these old unmixed type of songs. I'm like, dog, he got to put something out. And this is what they put out. And I got to be honest with you, man. Wasn't a fan of it. Probably wouldn't go back to it. And I feel like, I don't know how you feel about French Montana, but I felt like he kind of fell off a lot. And I hate. I mean, I know. Look, this is his guy. Matt. He been holding Max B down for since the beginning. But I'm like, man, now he about to be strutting around with Max B, pretty much getting another life. In music, and it's about to be the French Montana and Max B type show. So I kind of hate that, but if you hold a dude down for almost 20 years, I guess you can do that.
Yeah, I skimmed the song you were talking, man, and the beat sounds all right, but overproduced for them. It kind of drowns out whatever the fuck they're even trying to say. And also Max, I don't know if they're trying to gun for a mainstream type song hit with this, but Max B is not really that kind of artist. Also, I'm not a fan of as soon as he gets out of prison, shoving a mic in his fucking face and say rap. Yeah, maybe take some months to find yourself and find what your sound is after damn near 20 years in prison. Maybe try to cook up something and try to figure out what your artistic direction should be and how you should sound, instead of just, rush him in the studio and say, hey, let's record.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I think when you've had such a long layoff from rap, it should be like anything. You should have to work to get back into it. And this looks like some shit they just said, hey, if you got this beat, just fucking do whatever on it, man. All right, we gonna say make America wavy. Like fucking like a MAGA joke in 2025, man. Still, what's what we doing now? A MAGA joke in 2025. Make America blank again. Like that joke is still funny to y'all. Y'all think that shit's cool?
Yeah, it's 10 years in the running now.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of it, and then it kind of make you think too, because last time Max B was actually out here, how production totally changed, and now it just sound overproduced and just too many effects in the voice and all that. And Max B and them, he wasn't using no auto tune like that. That brother was singing from the heart with no sound effects or anything. And he kind of had a little bit of I would say like hood soul. You ever seen the dude in the hood that think he can sing and trying to sing? That's what he was doing. Now you got all this auto tune bullshit. It's highly processed, and it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't sound right, man.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like it's not as bad. I mean, it's not. Gucci wasn't that bad when he got out, but it did when Gucci got out of prison. Like his songs really lost that edge. That it's hard to explain what it was, but it sounded a lot more clean and overproduced when he got out of prison.
Yeah,
it didn't have that edge that you could tell it was recorded in Zaytoven's basement or some shit.
Yeah,
you know, with the old albums and the old mixtapes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just something is missing there. And Max B, I think he should take some more time to figure out, you know, who he is as an artist going forward, and not just coasting off some shit he did in 2008 or whatever the fuck it was before he got locked up.
Yeah, and then like I said, he hanging around French Montana, who I think is ice cold. That's my personal opinion.
No, 100%.
Yeah, that's my personal opinion. I have, and look, like I said, I was a French Montana fan early on, right before he started doing songs with Gucci and Nicki and all that stuff, because he was more of a New York artist. He was one of those New York artists that finally kind of started doing songs with Waka and all that shit. That was kind of thing, especially from New York standards. But I was liking him around that time. I just think as a recent, everything he been making, it just wasn't for me. He remember he had the song with Sway Lee and shit. Like that ain't the French Montana I grew up to, man. So I feel like Max B, just by default, because that's his man's, he probably gonna try to follow in those footsteps a little bit. And you know, it ain't gonna be the same, man.
Yeah. It feels like a quick cash grab, man. Because he just got out, let's just drop a bunch of shit before he's completely irrelevant, like Meek Mill. You know, remember Meek Mill was hot when he got out of prison, and everybody wanted to hear the next shit from Meek Mill, and Meek Mill wasn't even in there for that long.
Yeah,
and now he's another guy who's just ice cold now.
Remember this nigga's on ESPN.
Yeah, they made a documentary about him.
Yeah,
like he was Nelson Mandela, like a political prisoner or some shit.
Yeah,
like come on, man.
Yeah, injustice was the whole thing. That was the word of the year during that time. Yeah.
Free Meek till it's backwards. Okay. Now look at him, man. Just makes an ass out of himself on Twitter for a living. I don't even know if he raps anymore. I haven't heard a song from him forever. So yep. But we'll see what he does. Hopefully, I don't know. He figures something out, but I just think they're just gonna drop a bunch of bullshit and then move on to the next thing. So we'll see. Time for a wrap up, man. Let's just do this here. Since we're talking about rap anyway. I've got two lists of the top albums of 2025 hip hop, and I just thought they were funny because they're completely different type of publication. One is the pretentious hip hop head in Pitchfork, who got some indie artist at number one or some shit. Then you got Complex with the most mainstream bullshit platform out there. So what's up, Bravo? See you on Twitch, man. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. Happy Friday and all that shit.
Feel like I ain't heard from him in a minute.
It has been a minute, man. Hope you're doing well, dog.
Yeah.
So we got the list of the best rap albums, and I guess we'll start with Pitchfork.
Okay.
And we can go to top 10. Top number 10, they got Playboi Carti Music. Okay. What are your thoughts on the Playboi Carti album? Looking back, do you think it's aged well?
I I think I still feel the same about it. To be honest, I thought it was a cool album, man. I think it started getting towards the end. I felt like it was a little long album, I think, and then towards the end, it seemed like it was a lot of throwaway shit in there. But I thought it started off strong, man. I still bump some songs from that album to this, currently. So I think that's. I mean, I gotta see the rest of the list, but I think this is I think it's cool to have it maybe top 10. I'm not mad at it.
Bravo said just had his baby last week. It's been busy. Damn, congratulations, man.
Congratulations, man.
That's dope. Your life is over, but
that baby gonna keep you on Twitter and all of this, man. Hey, don't wake the baby up now, man.
Hey, man, it's a different world now. But I salute you, man. That's dope. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, congrats, man.
So honestly, my take on the Cardi album, it might be my most listened to album in general for the year. I bumped it a lot, and I think it has to do with a lot of it being good gym music. But there's like 4 or 5 songs I keep in constant rotation off that album. I can't lie. So even though I might be outside the age range of the typical Cardi fan, it's probably my most listened to album in general off of the strength of just a few songs. But yeah, man, I thought it was dope. I think it's still a very good album and worth the wait in general. You said, glad to catch y'all live again, man. Glad to have you here, dog. Hope everything's going good. Next up on Pitchfork, we got somebody already haven't heard of, June Morty.
Yeah.
You know anything about her?
I don't. I actually don't, man. And I'm kind of looking through this list a little bit just to kind of get a feel for it. This seemed like it would be very Pitchfork.
Yes,
Pitchfork. Yeah,
it is Pitchfork. Yeah,
this is very Pitchfork-ish.
Shout out to Paul Wall though. Paul Wall got 24 for the 24th best album of the year with the Tonight Show with DJ Fresh. I have not heard that album. I gotta check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out too. Yeah.
Shout out to Paul Wall. Shout out to G Herbo. Had an album at 19 as well.
Yeah,
and everybody else I just have not heard of on this list besides Playboy Cardi so far.
Yeah, number 8 is Ken the Man.
Yeah, shout out Ken the Man, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. And once I seen this, and this is definitely no disrespect because I'm a fan, but to me this kind of lets you know what type of mindset they at when it comes to this list. Because
local artists that people haven't heard of.
Yeah, I had to check the list. Like, is this best independent artist albums of the year or what? Because I think she's independent. But just kind of scrolling through this list, man. I don't know any of these people. Earl Sweatshirt is on here. Yeah. But I'm like, man, I wasn't familiar with none of these people. And there's no Clips album on here.
Yeah. So I'll run down the rest because we haven't heard of any of these other people besides Ken the Man. Number 7, Lilo, New Detroit. Number 6, Lil Tony. Number 5, WNC. Number 4, Bob Pace. Number 3, Earl Sweatshirt. I gotta say something about Earl Sweatshirt, man. I feel like they put him because he's on the Complex list too. But I feel like that is the go-to. Oh, I listen to more than just trap rap. Because I feel like if you're going for that, there are better artists that are around his level. Might not be as popular, but Mike dropped an album, Showbiz, this year, which I think is way better than the Earl Sweatshirt album. But that didn't get put on any list that I saw. There are some good artists like Navy Blue. Billy Woods dropped an album from Arm & Hammer. He dropped an album this month, I believe, and wasn't on these lists either. I feel like they just put him there because, he is the stand-in for that kind of rap to let you know, like, they ain't just, on the bullshit or the local rap. You got somebody, the lyrical miracle type rapper. But I feel like there were better albums of that type of rap music than his. And I like the album, but it was too short and it wasn't worth the wait for me. So I think the Mike had a way better album that should have been in the place of Earl Sweatshirt here on these lists. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
And number 2, Big Sad 1900, an artist from LA, I think, and KP Skywalker. So, okay. Maybe this was like top albums with less than 10,000 streams or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, these albums, most of them we have not heard of. But maybe that's a sign that we got to tap in.
I was just about to say that it kind of made me want to check this out.
Yeah.
Like if they feel like this is the #1 album of the year or the album that dropped this year, definitely want to check this out just to kind of see where they at with it.
Yeah. So I might tap in with some of these people to see if they're actually onto something and we just haven't heard of these people because they're not in the mainstream, or if they just want to be different.
Yeah.
and list some shit that people haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Now Complex, of course, the mainstream outlet, has most of these albums artists we've heard of. I'm scrolling down right now. They got, let me see, it's top 35 for them. Now 35 was a Young Thug album, which they already bullshitting with that.
Yeah. I hate that they even put this cover on here, man.
Yeah, they're already bullshitting with that. But okay, Doja Cat, who I didn't even know dropped the album. I don't even know if you would call that hip hop, but all right.
Yeah.
Silk Money 33, Big X the Plug 32, Lil Tecca 31, 30 J Electronica, 2 Hollis 29. De La Soul 28, probably should be higher.
Yeah.
27, Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely. I know the album just came out, but De La Soul should definitely be higher, man.
I would think. I would at the very least put it above the Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist album, which I also liked, but I thought the De La Soul album was better.
Yeah.
26. This is somebody actually I know. SD Kid. Is a rapper from London, which I know what I said about rappers from London, but his album is actually good gym music. It's very hard beats that just get you going. Now it does have the fucking accent on these songs, so you got to prepare yourself for that. But this album is good gym music, man. Tuck tuck with the block. Shit that choke with the block. You know, the fucking shit Aries Spears was saying. Danny Brown, I actually have not heard this album, but I do like his music. He dropped an album called Stardust. I heard it's very experimental, which is kind of par for the course with him. But he is 25. 24, Wale. I did not know Wale dropped an album this year. Did you?
Yeah. He actually dropped this not that long ago. I want to say last month. And I heard nothing but good things about this album, but I'm the wrong person to tell that to because I was never really a Wale fan.
Same here.
Yeah, so I didn't really run to it.
Yeah, I did not know he dropped. He dropped it last month too. So I'm not gonna tap in. I don't care. I don't like him.
Don't lie to people, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie like I'm gonna tap in to the Wale album after the show ends. Baby Chief Do It at 23. Okay. Nino Paid at 22. 21. I forgot this album came out. I think I liked it. Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist dropped the album.
This was actually a good album. I actually enjoyed this album. I didn't know what to expect from this.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Larry June and 2 Chainz are totally 2 different type of rappers. Mm-hmm. And I know 2 Chainz can, he could get a little hip hoppy if he wanted to. But I had no idea what to think of this. And I thought it was good.
Yeah, I think people sleep on 2 Chainz just because of the shit he was putting out early in his career. But he actually can rap, man. He can kind of flow on any beat. Yeah. And I'm not surprised that he put out a kind of a banger with Alchemist and Larry June. So yeah, I'm down with that. 20 Billy Woods. I've not heard this album yet. It just came. Actually, no, it's been out for a while. I got to tap in for that. But I do like Billy Woods and Armand Hammer, or Armand Hammer, however you say it. Lil Sims. I don't know who that is at 19. Osama's Son. This is one of them newer niggas out. I don't fuck with, but to each their own. All right. Ken Carson, 17, another one of them.
Yeah.
Shay at 16, don't know who that is. Chance the Rapper at 15. I thought this album was good. All right, Starline.
I haven't checked this album out yet. Still, I need to check this out.
It's good, man. At the very least, check out that song with Do or Die. I think that's the one I keep going to the most. But the album is actually good, man. I recommend you check it out. And I'm not a Chance the Rapper fan at all, but I like the album. I thought it sounded good. Yeet, Dangerous Summer. That's another one of them. I actually like the album. All right. I don't know if I put it that high, but it's good gym music if you do that type of shit. Yeah. Or if you're 13 to 19, it'll probably be your type of music too. But it's good gym music at the very least. Dave at 13. Don't know who that is. Tyler, I forgot this album came out. Don't Tap the Glass from Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah,
I forgot this even came out.
I didn't care for this one. This one, it wasn't as bad as the DJ Premier Nas album, but this one, I tried to get through it, and I'm just like, nah, this one just wasn't for me. At least he was honest on being experimental, and said this one ain't for everybody. So this one wasn't for me.
Bravo said Baby Chief Do It is the funniest name ever. Yeah, a lot of these rappers and their names, man. I can't. Yeah, Prada Bag, Shouty. Like, it's always like the name with no spaces too. So, yeah. Like some gamer tag shit you see on Xbox Live. Yeah, that's what these names are now. That's
probably where these names come from, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah, the Tyler Creator album, I forgot even came out. I think I liked it okay. I can't remember. I gotta run it back maybe, but it was whatever. Yeah. Central C, another UK rapper. Whatever.
He had a little run with Drake. Remember?
Yeah, he had that song. I don't know if it was this year. That song, Lil Baby. I think that was last year, I guess, or maybe even before that. But yeah, apparently he's very popular. I don't see the hype, but I guess he's very popular overseas. So there you go. Number 10, Party Next Door and Drake, Some Sexy Songs for You. Did you like this album? I can't remember if you liked it or not.
Nah, it wasn't for me. It was a lot of R&B shit on there. He had a couple rap song, or maybe one rap song on here, but it was a lot of R&B for me, man, where it wasn't for me. But I am looking at this little description they got for Complex under this. It was a lot going on in the world of Drake. Instead of completely retreating after his loss to Kendrick Lamar. So they just open with the loss. They ain't glazing Drake on this one.
Dog, I think it's common acceptance, even among, because I saw 21 Savage, who was still cool with Drake. He did an interview and he said, even if Drake won the battle with Kendrick, he would still be hated for it. So that's 21 admitting he lost the battle then. So, yeah, everybody, even his closest friends, they can't just get up there and lie. It is commonly accepted that Drake did lose the beef. I think even he would admit it at this point. He has to.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you can't front about that. Even though I think this kind of sounds like it was paid for to put the album that high.
Yeah.
And also sidebar, Nokia aged like milk. I can't even listen to that song anymore. It sounds corny, and I liked it when it came out, but as soon as I hear that, who's calling my phone? Who's calling my phone? I cringe, man. It sounds corny. I don't know what happened, but I hate that song now.
Yeah, the one thing I hate when people try to defend this song is when they say, "Oh, this song ain't for you. This song is for you know, when you walking around in Target and this is for kids on TikTok.
This is for the women that on the yacht and all this shit. All right.
You know, you supposed to be in Greece listening to this song. This is like, come on, man. Like, you ain't gotta do all this to listen to a fucking song. Like, give me a break.
It aged like the Macarena, man. Like it got so corny. Is it Stacy? Is it Carti? Like, oh, that shit is corny to me now, man. I don't know why I even liked the song when it came out. It's like you listen to a song you like Will Smith back in the day, getting jiggy with it. You might have liked it when it first came out. Then a month later, yeah, Men in Black. Did you sidebar? Did you see how Steve Stout? You see that whole thing with Steve Stout and SWV about that song? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had to come out and clear it up.
Yeah. Who do you believe in that situation right there? Like, do you think he was capping or she was capping? Because to me, if I didn't hear from her, I would have thought it was true that maybe a lot of girls did think he was corny, because that ain't the first time some lady or whoever thought Will Smith was corny back then. Because I think the chick from Salt and Pepper, it was one of them from Salt and Pepper, I want to say. I think, said they thought he was a little bit corny at the time, because I don't know if one of them tried to date him or he tried to date. It was something like that, but I thought it was kind of accurate for that time, just kind of knowing how people felt about him. But she came out and was pretty much like, hey, I would have loved to be in a video. And she just kind of cleared it up like she was down for it and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah, the thing that confused me, which kind of raised my eyebrows, just hearing the Steve Stout part. If y'all didn't hear it, basically Steve Stout was talking about Will Smith back in 1997 when he dropped the Men in Black song. And he said that Will Smith was ice cold at the time and nobody wanted to touch him musically. Everybody thought he was corny and played out. He even said that Will Smith back then was colder than he is now. And that's what made me raise my eyebrows. Because I'm like, maybe I was too young to remember, but I thought Will Smith was red hot in 1997, man. He was fresh off the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Independence Day, all these hit movies he was making. No, there's no way he was a corny, cold guy that nobody wanted to hear music from. So that confused me. That part was odd to me. And then he went on to say that basically SWV did the song, but they did not want to be in the video or get credit for it because they thought he was corny and they thought that would ruin their image, whatever the fuck that was. So they didn't want, he was so cold. That basically was, he was implying that Steve Stout made Will Smith hot. That's kind of what he was trying to get at. Because he was like, before that, nobody wanted to touch Will. But then I got, when I got in the mix, we made a hit. And the lady who was on that, I forget her name, but the lady who was on the song, it wasn't SWV, all of them doing the song.
Yeah, it was just the one, yeah.
Yeah, the one lady from SWV, she cleared it up. She got on Instagram, I think, and she basically said that none of that is true. It wasn't SWV, it was just her. She wanted to do the video. She wanted to be in the video, but the label said no. They didn't let her do it. Yeah. But she wanted to be in the video. She wanted to get credit for it. She got the platinum plaque from that album.
She said she got paid really good for it.
Yeah. The funniest part is when she explains how Will Smith had a lot of creative decisions about her singing, and he wanted her to say Galaxy Defender because she didn't want to say that. She said Galaxy Defender, but then he said say der. Don't black it up, all right?
Yeah.
Say Galaxy Defender.
Not
Yeah. Pronounce your words. This is the real song. This ain't no hippity hop.
Player, not player.
And that's one thing she said that he actually pushed for. He really did not want her saying defender. She had to say defender. So yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the songs that came out in '97 from Will Smith. He had Getting Jiggy With It, that came out in '97.
Yep.
Miami came out in 97.
Damn, you on fire.
Yeah, it's on Just Cruising came out in 97. I can't remember what song that is. Men in Black came out in 97. Yes, Yes, Y'all came out in 97. He had a lot of shit in 97, man. Unless Steve Stout was talking about maybe 96 or something, like musically. But the motherfucker was acting. Like, is he supposed to be blazing hot? Acting and doing music like that during that time?
Yeah, I don't remember the narrative of Will Smith being corny happening until he got super big and like getting jiggy with it and all that stuff started. And the radio just played these songs nonstop. And then he went to the MTV Music Awards and said, I have to custom my records to sell. Look at me. I could be clean and sell records.
Yeah.
That's when people were like, yeah, now you getting a little too corny for us, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then how he said, with the cigar, but I don't light it. You can't be more cornier than that to walk around with a cigar not lit.
Yeah. He was a little too. And look, it was no crime to be a clean rapper.
Hey, that helped him, man. I felt like that was good for him. He motherfucker wasn't diamond.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong. My thing is, don't be pretentious about it. Don't be like, look at all you guys promoting all this stuff. I ain't got to do all that. Well, because you're the hottest actor in Hollywood right now as well, and you're taking old sample songs and just saying some bullshit over it.
Yeah.
It's not your lyricism that's selling the records, Will. It's just you being the hottest person out right now. So, but yeah, and he didn't even write those songs either. So I don't know why he's acting like I don't know. That's whatever. That's in the past.
Can you believe that Nas wrote Getting Jiggy With It? I wish I could have heard the fucking reference track.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious.
I think somebody did an AI version of Nas rapping Getting Jiggy With It. I'm like, man, that sounds just like that. Nas. I know Nas wasn't gonna keep that fucking song, but that would have been kind of fire here. Nas rapping Getting Jiggy With It. He would have been up there with Will Smith, but yeah.
Doc, when you think about it, it's really crazy that the biggest black actor at the time in Hollywood was also like the highest selling rapper at the same time. Can you imagine that happening now? Like, imagine if, I don't even know, like Michael B. Jordan had a diamond selling album and he was in Sinners and all this shit and making $1 billion box offices at the same time. That would be insane.
Yeah, just and remember, I was just sitting here looking at his records that he released in 97 or whatever it was. This motherfucker was he by the way, he had like 5 different movies in that span. Like, I think he had Independence Day and all, he had some. It was crazy, man. He had Men in Black. No, this ain't his
I gotta
movie.
look his movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to see his movies from 97. But,
okay, let me see. I pull it up on okay. He was in in 95, he was in Bad Boys, 96, Independence Day, 97, Men in Black, 98, Enemy of the State, 99, Wild Wild West. So I think he was at his hottest in 97, I would say.
Yeah.
That had to be his hottest year. As far as rapping and acting, it had to be 97.
Yeah. Yeah. And then mind you, all of this, I think he started Fresh Prince in 90.
Yep.
And then I think that continued on to how long did he do Fresh Prince? I want to say he did that to 96. It ended in 96. And then you go to, he did, I didn't even realize he did Bad Boys at around the time he's doing Fresh Prince. But Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black, Wild Wild West in 99. That's crazy. That's a crazy run.
Yeah, 100%. And Big Willie Style, his debut solo album came out in 97. So that had to be his hottest year. I want to say when Millennium came out and when Wild Wild West came out, I think that was like the downturn because Wild Wild West was an awful movie and Millennium didn't do shit really compared to Big Willie Style. So
it's crazy because he turned down what was the movie with Canoe
The
Reeves?
Matrix.
Yeah, he turned that down for Wild Wild West.
Will Smith is stupid, dog. That's why I don't care about him getting banned from the Oscars. Because, like, look, man, you could have had a much better career if you just picked a couple better movies. I don't know what about Wild Wild West made him think it look. I could get The Matrix was a confusing, weird movie. You didn't want to risk your career on some shit like that. I get that. But I don't see how you read the script for Wild Wild West and say it's gonna be a hit. I can't wait. It's gonna be bigger than Men in Black.
Defender.
I don't get it.
Defender. Not Defender. That's what he was thinking about.
Yes.
Defender,
yes.
not Defender.
Yes. He was going for that audience. He didn't want to scare them off. And then The Legend of Bagger Vance. I remember that Ali was like his return role. Yeah. That's what got us back in the corner of Will Smith.
And I think Ali, that was the one. I think that was kind of that one where it's like, oh shit, he's serious.
Yep.
Like that's when he kind of became that, serious type actor. Because a lot of the stuff was kind of funny and goofy, but this one it was just like, oh shit. Like this is him being in a serious bag.
Looking back, because I remember this movie was very hyped at the time. It had the R. Kelly song to go with it. It had a huge rollout of like crazy cast. Jamie Foxx was in it. Do you think that movie was a little overhyped? How do you feel about how Will Smith played Muhammad Ali? Do you think that was a good acting job?
Honestly, I got to go back and see it because I only seen it one time and it was during that time. And at that time, we was just like, oh shit, he looked just like him. He acting just like him. So I think everybody was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. But I think I got to go back and check it out, see how it is. Because you could go back and check out Malcolm X, the Malcolm X movie with Denzel.
Yeah.
And that shit hold up right, man. That's like, I don't even think they need to make another Malcolm X movie. I think you could just go back to that one. But yeah, I just don't know about. I got to go back and see, man. But at the time, I felt like everybody kept saying he did a great job, and that was some of his best acting. That was word on the streets during that time.
Yeah, and another case of Defender was apparently Spike Lee was connected to direct Ali, and Will Smith didn't want him to do it. So they got Michael Mann, who, to be fair, is a good director, but might have not been the right guy to make the Muhammad Ali movie. I think it was way too serious. I don't think they really captured Muhammad Ali's essence or the guy he was. It was very, very serious, a very serious film. And I didn't think it was bad, but I think Will Smith's performance was overhyped. People were acting like he was Jamie Foxx Ray before Jamie Foxx Ray happened. And it was not that good, man. It still sounded like Will Smith acting like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, shit. I think Jamie Foxx can probably play a better Muhammad Ali if you put his mind to it.
Speaking of which, I thought he was playing Mike Tyson. What happened to that? Remember that?
I do remember. I think they had a little preview for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Trailer for it.
What happened to Jamie Foxx being Mike Tyson? I thought that was actually being made.
It was.
Okay, according to AI from fucking Google or whatever this is, Jamie Foxx is set to portray Mike Tyson in an upcoming biopic directed by Martin Scorsese. But the project has faced significant delays and uncertainties. So it's probably not going to be made at this point, man. How old is Jamie Foxx now? He got to be in his 50s. How he's going to play a young Mike Tyson? He's 58.
I didn't realize he was that old.
They took too long, man.
Hey, so what you looking at now from AI? Is it a film or a series?
It's supposed to be a film directed by Martin Scorsese.
Okay, I'm also looking at AI from Google, but I see something that says a Netflix limited series called Tyson, and this one is directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, Fuqua or whatever the fuck.
Fuqua,
Okay,
yeah.
now I'm looking on.
This-
Okay, okay. This is different now.
Okay, this one is a limited series on net. I guess supposed to be Netflix for. They said 2025 or 2026, probably 26, obviously, but they said starring Mike Tyson. I'm not Mike Tyson. Jamie Foxx is Mike Tyson, and Samuel L. Jackson as Don King.
So what I'm wondering is, like, have they already filmed it, or they still have to film it and make it? Because I thought they already had made it or shot something, but Jamie Foxx is now almost 60 years old, man. Ain't no way, no amount of makeup on a TV show going to convince me that he's a 20-year-old Mike Tyson.
I wonder if it's done already, and maybe they just trying to shop it around or something.
It could be.
Yeah, they probably got it in the tuck because they had a poster for it and everything.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's in the tuck and they just trying to maybe Netflix plan on I guess releasing it or something. It says under Netflix, and I thought it was gonna be a movie on here saying limited series. So I'm kind of interested. I'm a little worried if it's a limited series because I wonder if they gonna do a thing where they just try to jam everything into 4 or 5 episodes. Is it gonna be like a 8 episode series that's going through his whole life? Or is it going to be one of kind of like a Godfather of Harlem where they just kind of stretch everything out? So,
yeah. Now, I'm pulling up an article from like 5 years ago, 2020, where he was talking about all the training he did to be Mike Tyson. So why didn't it come out, man? What the fuck happened to this movie? I know he had a stroke and all that shit, but that was way after all this was supposed to happen. So I don't know what the delay is. I don't know what happened, if they filmed it or not, but apparently he trained for it and was doing something. So very confusing, man. I don't know what happened to that. I remember hearing a lot of talk about it. He went on like a mini press run about this shit and then nothing. So I don't know what's going on.
I'm looking on IMDb. They got on here that I guess the Mike Tyson biopic shift to limited series. And this was I guess they put this up in 2021. So my if I had to take a wild guess, I'm guessing it's probably already shot and done. And they probably was trying to work some shit out with some streaming companies or something, or streaming platforms.
Yeah, very strange. I know what's going on with that. It kind of feels like, remember Blade? They were supposed to make another Blade, and that just never happened.
Yeah.
So
at least
very strange.
At least this one probably is shot already, because I don't even think they even came close to shooting anything from Blade.
Nah.
They tripping with the directors and all that shit.
Can't find writers and shit. People, they keep firing writers and all that. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So we got way off base. We're talking about we haven't finished the complex list of best albums of 2025. We went down to
Jamie. Oh, we talked about Will. We started talking about.
I don't know how he got to Will Smith either. I don't know how we got down. We went down the rabbit hole to end all rabbit holes on our last podcast for 2025.
We stopped on the complex list of Party Next Door and Drake, I want to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking about how corny Nokia got and how it sounded like Will Smith. Okay, now I remember how he got there. All right, my bad. Number 9, Earl Sweatshirt, Live, Laugh, Love. Again, I thought it was a good album, but that's a little too high. I think there were better albums. I think Mike should have been in that space, but I'm not going to repeat myself. Whatever. G Herbo, way higher on this list. I've not heard this album. So I got to reserve judgment until I hear it, but I like he got a little concept going with the Lil Herb, who he used to be before changing his name, and he got the young picture of him when he first came out the game. So I might check it out. Metro Boomin at 7, A Futuristic Summer.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I feel like this album kind of I think people was kind of a little thrown off about this album when it first dropped. But this album kind of been picking up steam, man. You got the one viral song that bands in the middle, whatever that song is. And I'm not sure if this the 7th best album of the year, but I gotta look to see everything else. But yeah, I'm shocked they even acknowledged this album, because I feel like a lot of people, especially New Yorkers, was like crushed. Oh, not New Yorkers, but just people outside of Atlanta was crushing this album. But it seemed like it kind of I think people came back around to it.
Yeah, I remember people saying like they love the old school Atlanta vibe of the album. Then I heard nothing about it ever again after that first week. So yeah, maybe I got to run at least once. Bravo said Went Legit by Ebro might be his best song yet. I gotta check that out, man. I gotta check out that new album. I was into him when he first came out, and then I kind of fell off. I thought his voice changed for the worse as he got older. It sounded like he was on some shit. But if he's back in form, man, I'll check it out. I'll give it a listen. 6, the album you forgot came out a couple weeks ago. Cardi B, Am I the Drama? What do you think about the album and now that a few months have gone by? Do you think it still holds up?
I think honestly, I gotta go back to. I forgot what's on there.
Me too.
I just didn't go back to it, but just judging off of our first listen to it, or that week when I was listening to it when it dropped, I thought it was a solid album, man. I can't, I'm not a Cardi stan or anything like that, but I thought it was a solid album, man. I felt like she had some of everything on this album, and I think it's fair to have it right here. It seemed like it's kind of lower than expected. I thought it was gonna be probably like a top 3.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be this far back.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised on how quiet the album. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not outside enough, but I don't think a lot of songs that penetrate the mainstream like her first album did. It seems like her first album was kind of everywhere. And this one, maybe there's some songs popping somewhere. I don't know, but I don't hear anything about this album.
I don't hear anything in the air. Usually you hear some of these songs in the air, man. And I don't really hear anything from this album.
Yeah, I think it dropped off the chart kind of quickly, because I know that list we talked about, or the article about there being no Billboard Top 40 or no hip hop albums or songs in the Billboard Top 40 a few months ago, and I would have thought one of her songs would be there.
Yeah,
but apparently not. So I don't know. Jid at number 5. I haven't heard this album. Are you a fan of Jid?
Honestly, I never really gave him a fair chance. He's one of them artists where everybody keeps saying, "Hey, you got to check him out, man. Like, he's one of the best." And I was just like, "Okay, I'll check it out." Never get to it. But like, I hear nothing but good things about him. I don't know. I don't think I heard anything to make me want to tap in more. So the stuff I did hear, it was just like, okay, that's cool, but not enough where I'm like, damn, who is this? Let me check the rest of his music out. I never heard anything like that.
He kind of reminds me of, I want to say he sounds like it, but he's kind of like that Big Crit kind of rapper where everybody tells you he's the dopest dude and you gotta listen to him, but you just never feel like putting him on, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah. People told me for years that Big Crit is so fire. I just took their word for it because I don't want to. I don't really like his fucking. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of what I have heard. It's like, okay, his lyrical is good, but something about it just sounds boring to me. I don't know. I can't get into it. I think I feel the same way about Jid, probably.
Yeah.
Just, I'm sure he's a lyrical dude. I'm sure he's nice with it, but something is just missing to make me want to seek out and hear his music.
Yeah.
So, hey, it's just me. Number 4, Young Boy, NBA.
Lobby.
Okay, we ain't gonna listen to that, so we'll just move on.
Yeah.
Number 3, here comes the pitchfork bullshit. Jim Legacy for Black British music. Another fucking. Are the British people starting to get what's going on here? Are they is there some kind of industry plan to make UK hip hop a thing for real?
Man, I don't know, man. It's funny because I feel like I never run across any British hip hop music like that. I mean, the most I heard was like a Skepta, but it's only a few. Central C, I ran across some of his shit because of Drake, but like just having this right here, it's just like, all right, like who are the people that feel like this is the third best album of the year? Especially this is over Cardi B. This is over some Party Next Door and Drake.
Tyler, Yeet, Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, so you feel like this is better than those? I don't know, man. This kind of got me thinking like, damn, maybe I'm not into hip hop like that.
I feel like there's also with these publications a need to be like, we were on this shit first, just in case some of this stuff does blow up. They can say we were tapped in from the beginning. But in general, with the UK shit, I don't know, man. I don't think it's ever gonna blow over here. I know it's gonna be big over there overseas. I do like some of their songs, but it kind of reminds me of dance hall and Afro beats. Remember that everybody thought that Afro beats was gonna take over music, and now people have kind of cooled off that completely.
Yeah,
and that reminds me of that foreign shit is just not gonna pop in America. All right, no matter what y'all do.
Yeah.
The UK sound, people in America just not gonna take a UK rapper seriously.
Yeah, or even honestly, even a lot of foreign music, period. Because even remember the girl Tim's?
Yeah,
like she had a nice little run of songs, man, where it was constantly in rotation, and then it's like that's it. It's just like she disappeared, and I think I saw her little walk, spirit line walk down on Jennifer Hudson's show went viral because she all thick and shit. But that made me think, I'm like, damn, is she still doing music? Because she had that run where she was on the BET Awards. I think she was at the Grammys and all this other stuff, but then that's it. But we kind of set these people up like, oh, they're going to be here for a long time. They did the same thing with Ella May. Remember Ella May?
Yes.
They did the same thing with her. It's just like, oh, she's bringing that real R&B back and all this other stuff. And motherfuckers didn't even know she was from the United Kingdom. And then it just seemed like it just fall off a cliff.
Sidebar, that Jennifer Hudson show, man. Is it just me? Does that feel like not even a real? I never see any clips of the show. All I see is the dance.
Yeah.
That's all I ever see from the Jennifer Hudson show is the dance, which I didn't even know was part of her show until kind of fairly recently. I just thought it was like the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon or some shit, something people were doing, but I did not know that was her thing, and she even had a show.
Hey,
so
that's the most popular thing about her show.
Yes, 100%.
And that's saying that's being friendly. That's the one thing. If you was to ask me what you like about Jennifer Hudson's show, is that. And that's because I see the shit on Instagram. I mean on social media and all that. But I haven't seen anything else when it comes to her show.
I know her staff got to be sick of fucking making a new song and routine for everybody that comes on the show.
Yeah.
Like, you imagine they had to sit there and make a song for Anthony Mackie.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. I don't think she's paying him enough.
The funniest one was Alfonso Roberto.
Yeah.
He was on the show. He went through the spirit line, and he was just being very anti-Carlton.
Yeah.
And everybody online was like, "Man, you supposed to do the fucking Carlton dance." I think it got to the point where I would be surprised if he told them, "Nope, I'm not doing the Carlton dance, so don't even ask. I'm just gonna come through here, just act like I'm black as fuck." I mean, I guess he black and Dominican, but
yeah,
I'm gonna come through here, just act like a nigga. I ain't about to do that fucking Carlton dance, so don't fucking ask me. He came through there. Everybody in the comments like, "Man, you had one job to fucking do, man. You ain't do the fucking Carlton dance."
The thing is, man, number one, he's an actual dancer.
Yeah.
So he could have done anything more fire than what he did. And he could have even, look, he don't have to do the Carlton dance. He could have done that thing he did, the Tonto, jump on it. That shit he did with Will Smith, which I think is actually the funniest dance he did, not the Carlton one.
Yeah.
But like he could actually, and the funniest dance I saw him do was the one when the Oprah song started. Remember that episode when they went to the Oprah show and then her theme song started? He went crazy.
Yep.
He could have done anything like that. He had to do the Carlton dance itself. I don't think that's even the funniest dance he's on the show.
Yeah. Nah, he definitely could have did some other dances. He could have did the remember he was dancing like Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
He could have did something like that. But yeah, people was pissed like, "Man, you had one fucking job to do, man."
Yeah, and he was actually in the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
Yeah,
so he could have actually done a little tribute to Mike, but he didn't want to do it. So whatever, Alfonso. All right. Number 2, Clips. Let God Sort Them Out. I think it's a good choice. Great album. Still sounds good when I go back to it. They did their thing, man. Well deserved.
Yep.
You have any other comments on that?
Nope. I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad if it's to me, as long as it's top 3, I'm good.
Yeah. I have no issue with that. Now, number 1, I haven't seen yet. Oh, I did see this. Playboi Carti Music.
Yeah. That ain't the best album of the year to me.
I thought it was very good. Nah, I can't put it number 1, man. I could put it top 10. Number 1, even look, I like this album better than a lot of people my age, probably, but I can't in good conscience put it above Clips, man. Come on.
Yeah.
But I like the album. I get it, but I don't know. It might be a little that is too high.
Yeah. So real quick, I pulled up Rolling Stone. So Rolling Stones did their best album, hip hop albums of 2025.
Oh no!
I'll run through them real quick.
Go ahead.
Number 1, they got Clips. Let God Sort Them Out.
Okay.
2, Playboi Carti Music. So they got that.
Okay.
Number 2. They pretty much flip flop.
Okay.
3, Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh God.
Yeah. 4, this Jim Legacy. I might have to check it out at this point.
Now, look, the Earl shit is starting to bother me now. What the fuck is going? Since when did Earl Sweatshirt have this kind of push in the industry?
Yeah.
I've never seen Earl been dropping albums for how long now? I've never seen his albums be this high on a year-end wrap-up list ever. And this album was not like his best one he ever dropped. I'm confused, man. There must be some kind of machine trying to push the Earl Sweatshirt narrative all of a sudden.
Yeah, like he ain't had this much push as a fucking when he was with the Our Future.
Yeah.
And that was some of his to me, that was some of his best albums to me.
No, I can't front on it. I don't like shit. I don't go outside is his hardest album in terms of like how it sounds.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was anywhere near the top 10 of most people's top hip hop albums of the year.
Yeah.
But suddenly this 30-minute album of like of heavily sampled songs with muffled voice.
Yeah.
Got in top 3 of the biggest. I'm confused, man.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Was this out? This wasn't the Alchemist album, was it?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it was.
I don't get it. I don't get it either, man.
And I like the album is good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just confused as to how this album got on so many lists and not his other shit and not other people who were in his clique, getting that same kind of, I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't get it either.
No,
number
keep
5,
going.
Billy Woods.
Okay.
6, they got Mike on here.
There you go. Finally, somebody fucking game for recognized game.
Yeah. 7, they got Dave. 8, they got Lil Sims. I don't know who that is. 9, they got Shay. 10, Tyler the Creator, Don't Tap the Glass. 11, Chance the Rapper. 12, Clipping. Who's Clipping Dead?
I don't know who that is.
I think his name Clipping. I don't know who that is. 13, Jid. They got Molano at 14. This is kind of interesting right there. Salute to Milano, Houston.
Okay. I didn't even know Lizzo dropped the album.
Yeah. Is it Mona Leo or Milano?
Mona Leo, I think. Mona Leo.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, I know she's from Houston. I might have to check that out. Who knows?
Yeah. Freddie Gibbs 15 with Alfredo too. They got your girl Lizzo. I didn't even know she dropped anything.
Me neither.
Lizzo at 16. This album called My Face Hurts from Smiling.
You don't talk about a fall off, man. I thought she was gonna be the next fucking I can't even think of anybody comparable. I thought she was gonna be bigger than what she, no pun intended, way bigger than what she is right now.
I thought she was the modern day Missy Elliott.
Yeah, right. I didn't hear nothing from this album anywhere. Maybe I'm just not tapped in no more, but I didn't hear anything from this album anywhere.
I didn't either. Real quick, just the notable names. That Slick Rick album, which I have not heard.
Me neither.
Victory, they got that at 19.
Above Drake.
Yes. Yes.
Now, do you think there's some kind of, black, not I want to say blackballing, but do you think there's some kind of beef with Rolling Stone and Drake to have it that low?
I would say probably so. I would say probably so.
Because I'm surprised it's number 20 on a list of 25.
Yeah.
And I don't even I haven't heard the album, so I can't even say I like it or not. I just know I don't like Drake singing songs, but that seems kind of low, man.
Yeah. They got Mobb Deep at number 22.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this one is crazy too. They got Cardi B at 24.
Yeah. Below Aesop Rock, which, look.
I didn't even know he was still releasing shit.
Me neither. That might be some kind of beef too.
Yeah. These lists all over the place, man.
So, yeah. And I don't know what Jim Legacy a woman or what the fuck is Jim? I got now to see what Jim Legacy is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna actually. I know I say it all the time. I'm gonna actually check this out to see what the fuck, what this hype about.
Jim Legacy is British rapper, singer, and record producer from the London borough of Lewisham. So yeah, man, how's Rolling Stone progressive? They have no women in their top 20 or top. Okay, when do you get a woman? 14. So no woman in her top 13 list. I thought women took over rap. What happened?
Yeah.
Y'all are misogynist now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're the Megan Thee Stallions.
Right?
We're the Glorrillas. Didn't she drop an
JT ain't
album?
dropped. I thought, what about Ice Spice? She must have dropped something, right? What happened to all the
Yeah.
women that were taking over rap?
When was Glorilla's last album?
I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I thought she dropped it. Oh, it was 2024.
Oh, speaking of Ice Spice, did you hear that SpongeBob song she made?
Yeah, I ain't even think it was real, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a good run for her, man.
You think it's over?
I think so, man. They even tried to link her up with Taylor Swift, man.
Yeah, what happened to that, man? She got skinny and everything. Then she got thick again.
They just, I don't know, the industry just trying to see what they can do, man.
Yeah, I guess Glorilla didn't drop anything.
Yeah.
Did Megan Thee Stallion drop anything? I already forgot.
I don't think so.
Nope. She dropped, nothing this year. So, there you go.
Yeah.
So, Cardi B was the only one holding it down, and she couldn't even crack top 20 in Rolling Stone. So, all right.
So, some of the albums I like off the top of my brain from this year, I like the obviously the Clips album. I love the Mobb Deep album. I thought that was a good I go back to that album. I kind of like the Ghostface album, Supreme Clientele too. I thought that was a good album. I'm trying to think what else came out. Cardi B, I'm fine with. I didn't really go back to it.
Yeah,
but,
same here.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it. Yeah, those were the ones that really stuck out to me. And I'm not the check every single new thing that came out type guy. Oh, the Freddie Gibbs. I like the Freddie Gibbs album. I thought that was cool. I think that's about it, to be honest, man. I think Currency had a couple albums which is not really breaking news. He released something every fucking month.
Mm-hmm.
But I like some of this shit he released earlier this year.
Yeah, for me, it would go probably, and not needing time for order, just the albums I really fuck with this year were, of course, Clips, Mike, Cardi, Playboy Cardi, not Cardi B. And I think I'm missing somebody. But in general, that would about cover it. And there's still, I gotta run the Mobb Deep back because maybe I just wasn't in the mood at the time. But I gotta listen to Billy Woods too. I've been hearing some good things about that album. I gotta run that eventually. Earl Sweatshirt was good. Not top 3 good, but it was a good album. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I got some of the stuff I got to tap into, but in general, like I said, man, it was a good Chance the Rapper, another one I liked. I was surprised by. I thought it was very good. So yeah, man, again, good year for hip hop. I don't care what the charts say. I don't care that there's no hit in the top 40 where Taylor Swift got like 15 in the top 20. I don't care that there's no rap songs in there, man. But I thought it was a good year for rap, man. A lot of dope shit dropped, and I enjoyed it. This is not one of the worst years of rap ever at all. So
yeah, I didn't feel like that at all, man. I feel like it was so much. I'm sure we probably missing a lot of shit.
Yep.
And these are just albums, man. Not even talking about singles and all that shit. So I thought it was a good year for it.
No, same here, man. It was something every few months to look forward to, or something new that was dropping. So yeah, it's a good year for hip hop, man. I don't care what they say. Shit ain't dead.
Yeah.
Now let's get into headlines, man. Let's get into some topics. We gotta talk about the Michigan head. Actually, fuck it. Let's talk about that first. The Michigan head coach, Sherrone Moore, was fired for an improper relationship with a staff member. Now, apparently, he's also been put in protective custody because he tried to kill himself in front of her with a butter knife or some shit. I think it's talking shit. But apparently that got exposed and he got fired. And some people are saying it's unfair. Some people are. Now, do you think it's fair? I know it wasn't fair and all this shit, but do you think it's fair to be fired for a consensual relationship between, I know there's rules and shit, but do you think it's fair to fire? Like, I guess I'll just ask you point blank, how do you feel about the Sherrone Moore situation and how he got fired?
Yeah, I think those type of situations is a little bit different because it's not like, I'm having an affair with somebody randomly at my job and then I get fired for it. I don't think it's anything like that. I think those type of places be so strict when it comes to that type of stuff, especially if you're the head coach and you're in charge of, and it's people you're working under. So it's kind of like the girl sleeping with her boss. And then he was, I think she got like a big pay raise and all this other stuff. So when you start talking about stuff like that, I think that's a fireable offense right there. It wasn't just him messing with the admin lady or somebody that somebody in a whole different department, or him just having a whole just cheating on somebody that don't even work with the school or anything like that. I think the whole thing is you're messing with this girl that's under you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so at that point, I can't really be too mad at it because, but this is kind of the issue I have. I feel like this type of stuff happens a lot, and it gets swept under the rug. And now they did. I think I did see some reports saying they tried to sweep it under the rug. Hell, people knew about it months ago, but I feel like he probably. And, I'm not trying to defend him in anything. Like, I ain't really care for the guy. I don't even fuck with Michigan. And I definitely didn't care for that guy because of certain things he said. He's a I don't see color type guy.
Mm-hmm. Literally, that's what he said. He don't see color.
Yeah, my white wife, but my wife is white. Yeah. But I do feel like Michigan probably felt like this. Let's get away from this dude. He, lost to Ohio State. I don't know how good of a head coach he is. It wouldn't have shocked me if they said, hey, fuck it, let's use this as probable cause. Because if it was Jim Harbaugh or some type of good coach and they were, in the playoffs, they would have swept this under the rug. They would have got rid of this. But I think for the simple fact that they're not in the playoffs, and their season was very mediocre for their terms, I think this was just the right way, probably their best way to get rid of them, which to me, that's the unfortunate part. But I think the other things that, like I said, I'm not defending them at all. I ain't trying to be Jamel Hill or anything. But
wait, Jamel Hill defended him?
No, she didn't defend them, but she kind of with the whole, a black coach, he get fired and never get a chance, but a white coach get a chance. She was pretty much naming Bobby Petrino and numerous white head coaches that got caught up in something similar and ended up being a head coach later down the line, and where they kind of had the rehabilitation type tour. And she was pretty much saying, black people with him particular probably not going to get that. And I do think there's some truth to that. And unfortunately, Michigan, with him, I think he was the first black head coach in Michigan history. I feel like they probably won't hire another black head coach, and they won't go out and say, oh, this is the reason why we won't do it because of the last guy. But in the back of everybody's mind, you know how corporate America work, man. One black dude ruined it for all of them. So that could be a situation. That could be a thing too. But this dude, I think this dude he did everything wrong, man. I just don't see how you make him the victim. So I think Adam Schefter tried to say,
Yeah, he was caping for him.
Yeah, because he a Michigan man too, but he was sitting there like, "Oh, we haven't heard his side." Like, what side do you need to hear? You need to hear from him. Unless it was some type of fucking some type of 180 March Sanchez type shit, where he was really the victim, and somebody set him up, and here's the clear evidence, and all of this shit not true. But I think he was wrong in this. I think he got the girl pregnant. And I think the funniest thing is seeing somebody say DoorDash some Plan B to the office. I think that was a real report. And he was just out here wilding, man. At that point, you in the wrong for that, man. You brother couldn't keep it in his pants. So I just think he was flat out wrong. And then all the other stuff. Eventually, I feel like the shit kind of got sad a little bit, where he did break and enter into the young lady's house or somebody's house and suicide type shit, like that type of talk. That part kind of got sad, but it's just like, man, I just don't see how you try to spin this into, you got to hear his side of the story. Like, I just don't get that. I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan or some people did set him up because he was fucking awful, and they probably want to just say, fuck it, we got to get rid of this dude. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that. But hell,
they sent her to get pregnant.
That's what like, they could have swept that under the rug if they really wanted to keep him, but he ain't have to do all of that shit. If he was just loving on his white wife, staying out of trouble and all this stuff, that wouldn't have never happened. So I just don't see how people try to, and I'm using people, I mean Adam Schefter. I just don't see how you gotta wait to hear his side of the story, man. He was out here wilding.
Yeah, and like, are we really gonna believe that he didn't approach her, man? What are the odds? Okay, let's be honest. I didn't realize this guy's only 39. I thought he was older. So I guess, I mean, that's still old enough to not make these kind of mistakes. So I have no pity for people with no dick discipline. You on thin ice in general as a head coach, period, in college football and one of the biggest programs in the country, let alone being black. So you got all these things against you, and you just give people a reason, the easiest reason. So yeah, I have no pity, man, and I don't really care to make it, a fight for racial injustice here. Yeah. I think you still got to pick and choose your battles that are worth fighting. You just don't take every single one that's in front of you. And yeah, so I have nothing else to say about that. I don't really care. Like you said, I don't fuck with Michigan anyway. So who cares, man? Yeah. So other things that happened this week. Oh yeah, the legendary Ebro in the Morning show, I guess you could call it legendary for some people, is now over at Hot 97. The Ebro show with Peter Rosenberg and that other Latina lady whose name I forget now. That show has been pulled from Hot 97, effective today. I saw Ebro try to explain it. I think he believes that his pro-Palestine, anti-Israel thoughts, I don't listen to the show, so I don't know if he had these kind of debates on the show. I mean, it's a hip-hop show, so I don't know why he would, but he seems to think that the station's trying to clean up their image, and they didn't like his stance on things and his views, so they pulled the show. Do you have any thoughts on this, Figgy? Were you a fan of Ebro in the Morning?
Not really, but he been around for a long time, man. To me, I feel like this kind of came out of nowhere. When you look at Hot 97, man, they usually don't make a lot of moves. Hell, you had Funkmaster Flex doing the same time slot for 30 years, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate how they made a big deal like, oh, Funk Flex last show, last 7 o'clock show, and all this other stuff. They pretty much had a farewell tour for this dude, and he was only moving to 3 to 7. Like he wasn't going anywhere. He just moving his time slot to 3 to 7 or some shit. And I'm just like, man, but I say that to say they usually don't make moves like this. It's usually the same fucking DJs in the same lineup for years. And yeah, I was kind of shocked they did this. I wonder what direction they're gonna go, man. It been that same. I mean, even outside of Ebro, it been Peter Rosenberg. He been on that show since I can remember, man. Like I don't remember it being nobody else on that show from my time listening to radio. So yeah, I'm kind of curious. I think they'll be fine. I think Ebro will be fine. He got some Apple Music shit he doing, and Rosenberg is he pretty much doing sports talk radio at this point. He's on ESPN. I think he's on the sports radio show in New York somewhere. So I think they fine, but I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do with that morning show. It's kind of shocking they did that right about now.
Yeah, I think Rosenberg does some wrestling shit too. So it already seems like he's in different avenues.
Yeah.
In terms of this show, honestly, I don't think I've seen any clip or anything from it that wasn't just niggas hating on shit. or like old man on the porch type energy. I remember they used to have dope interviews. They used to have artists come in and they would have some dope interviews, man. They had Ben Staples had a legendary interview there. I remember Playboy Cardi early in his career when he actually would do an interview. He was up there. He had that famous gif for him, like asking what the fuck. So they used to have like dope interviews. People come in and they would actually do a good job of interviewing people, but I haven't seen any of that in recent years. It's always just them giving their take on something. There's always some old head shit. And then like the Wale clip of Ebro was trending to Ebro hating on Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
I'm like, what that guy do with Wale, man? You got Wale there and he can't go viral off a question about him.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very old man hater energy at the end, I felt. But I'm sure they'll be fine, man. They're already in the industry. They've got tons of connections. So, and you know how this radio shit is. We know how radio goes, man. Nothing is forever. So yeah. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure they'll have a podcast talking about whatever. So
yeah, they doing so much other shit too, man. So I'm actually shocked they were still doing that morning show.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, it'd be cool, but it was kind of shocking to see that.
Yeah, no, I agree. It would, I don't know, at the end of the year too, but I guess that makes sense to do it now, so you can set up something new for January. So, oh well, life moves on, man. They'll be okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? I saw the Game Awards last night. Actually, I didn't see it. I saw the clips of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I actually watched a lot of it.
Okay.
It was my first time watching that because I came across the clip because they released a new trailer for Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one of the, I think it was IGN was streaming. And I'm like, oh, they streaming the Game Awards. So I put it up on the TV and everything. I stopped watching the Rockets. I stopped watching Thursday Night Football. I'm like, let me see what they talk about. End up getting stuck on it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad, man. It was a big deal, man. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of people there. They were all dressed, the par. I'm like,
I was gonna be niggas in their pajamas.
To be honest, I thought it was gonna be like some nerdy ass shit.
Yeah,
with just a whole bunch of video game nerds and all this stuff. It was like some I think that the actor, the cop from Stranger Things was he came out there to speak and all this other stuff. It was cool, man. It was kind of cool just kind of getting to know what games won what, and kind of I guess that's kind of what the industry's saying, how they feel about certain games. So I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good way to see, and that's what people. I don't think most people really care about the awards themselves. They care about the trailers for upcoming shit that gets revealed there, because it's kind of like it's like the Oscars, but if the Oscars was showing you what was coming out and you didn't know.
Yeah.
So let's say at the Oscars they say Avengers 5 is coming. It'll be like that. But with movies, you already know what's coming out well ahead of time. With games, it's different. And I think it cost them like $1 million to put their game in a trailer for the Game Awards now. So it's not cheap, but it's a very, very fancy affair, man. I think some people think, and I'm not saying you thought this, but I think when people associate Game Awards, they think it's going to be like kids and shit. And it's like niggas in their 50s and 60s going up there to accept awards and all that. Because they're really like movies at this point, man. The production value that goes into it is really like a movie more so than a video game from back in the day.
Mm-hmm. And then it's not like oh, Super Mario Brothers and Pac-Man and all that shit. These are like some games with some deep storylines and shit like that. So I'm like, damn. So I ended up watching it, man. And they had remember that rock band? Is it Evanescence? Evanescence.
Yeah.
They perform. I didn't even know who the fuck they was. Is that Evanescence? I'm like, who? I'm like, I'd never heard of them. And then she ended up playing the one popular song.
Wake me up and so
that's the song from Madden.
Yeah.
Used to be on, I think Madden 01 or some shit.
Yeah, that would be back in the day.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I know this. I'm like, I thought that was fucking Linkin Park or some shit, man. I'm like, I know who those niggas was. But they actually performed. She was like, I didn't know they were still performing. But yeah, they look good up there. It was cool though, man. It's cool to kind of check in and see, like you said, the new games coming out and all that stuff. It was cool, man. I enjoy it. It'd be cool if the Oscars do shit like that, where they just kind of just save the fucking trailers for that type of shit. I feel like a lot of people, real movie people, would probably check it out to see new trailers and shit.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty thing about movies is that we know they're going to be made years before they get released. So there's never a surprise like, hey, guess what? This is coming out. Like, for example, the DC movies. We know the DC movies coming out from now until like 2035.
Yeah.
There ain't no, you might get hype over a trailer, but we already know what's coming out. With games, you don't know. Like, we didn't know what was coming out next year, really, until this show. So, yeah, it's cool for that. Now, I'm a big fan of the game that swept the awards. It was like the thriller of the Game Awards this year. Expedition 33 was the game that won most of the awards last night in the Game Awards. And people are now, I've seen the turn on that game too, because before everybody was like, oh, this is a great, it was basically an indie game. It wasn't sponsored by EA or Activision or anything like that. It was like an indie studio got funding, and they came from big studios, but they made their own game. It was a good feel-good story. Everybody was like, yeah, it'd be great if this won Game of the Year. It won Game of the Year and a bunch of other awards, and now it's overrated as hell and trash.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all was on the game's dick up when it first came out. Now suddenly it's too popular, so it's got to be shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I was curious about that game. I'm like, that game is pretty much sweeping everything. The other game that was sweeping everything, what was that? Clear Obscure?
No, it's the same one. That's the same game. Clear, it's Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is the full title of the game.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was looking at, man, they kept winning fucking everything. I'm like, damn. I might have to check this fucking game out. I'm actually got it playing in the background.
It's really good, man. I don't know if you'll like it because it's kind of like it's one of them weird RPGs, man. But I think it's a really good game. It was probably my favorite game I played last year or this year. The story is very deep, very sad in a way. So it's not like a fucking game you feel good after you beat, but it's a good game, man. I thought the production value was high. They got like Hollywood actors doing the voices and shit. So very professional. I like the look of the game, but it's a depressing game, and I'll say from the get-go, it's a depressing game. It's about death and grief. So you got to fucking be ready for a story like that. But I thought it was very good and very well done. So I think it deserved it.
Do you feel like the popular trend when it comes to video games now is the whole Asia Japanese type feel? Because I feel like it's like 5 different games that got that that Japanese type style with it.
I mean, here's the thing, like American games for a long time all looked like Halo and some shit, like it was some futuristic sci-fi shit. And I think it's not necessarily the Japan style, but it's more like I think people want to play something a little more colorful and a little more vibrant. And when you said usually American games are like some futuristic space shooter type thing where you're walking down a gray hallway and it's like, okay, that's cool for like the first hour, but does every game have to be that? And so I think people just want, more color and more. The Claire Obscure game is not a Japanese game, but it's a very colorful and vibrant looking world. And I think people want that. I like games that look fun. I don't want to fucking be some bald-headed white guy in some generic city just doing whatever the fuck. I want a little more color in the game and more things going on. So, but yeah, I do think that's kind of the vibe now, whereas back in the day in the 360 and PS3 time, it was all, a space shooter or a shooter with a guy on Mars and he's the only guy there. You got to kill aliens.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to games next year, man. I saw a new Tomb Raider get announced. So I kind of want to play that and some other shit. New Mega Man game, which is cool. So
yeah. Speaking of new games, they showed the trailer for the new movie, that Street Fighter movie.
Oh yeah.
How you feel about that, man?
Like, I think it looks now. It wasn't enough for me to say it looks good or not. The costumes look kind of crazy, but I guess they're trying to look like the game characters, so they gotta look crazy.
Yeah.
As long as the fighting is good, I'll be down with it, man. Because the first Street Fighter movie, it was more like a comedy than it was a real movie about the game type shit.
Yeah.
So I still don't know about 50 Cent being the boxer and all this shit. I don't know. They got like 3 wrestlers in the game, in the movie too. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I'm like, what are y'all doing here, man? Y'all just picking anybody famous and saying, okay, you're going to be Ken. You're going to be Chun-Li. Like, wait a minute. Why don't you do auditions?
Yeah.
So I think it'll be if it's cheesy and fun, I'll be cool with it. If it's like the last Mortal Kombat movie, I hated that movie. I thought it was terrible. So if it's cheesy and fun and got good action, I'll be cool with it. That's all I ask for.
Okay. I don't know if I'm a Street Fighter guy. I don't know if
Me too.
I don't know if I want to see it, man. Like I just never. I don't know. I'm still a little nervous about them making movies from video games.
Yeah,
especially like those types.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be the new wave. I think if the Zelda movie does really well, I think game movies will be the next comic book movies. Because I think because I think the biggest video game movies are shit like Sonic and Mario, and those are big, but those are like also cartoon CG movies. But if there is a blockbuster live action movie based on a video game, I think that'll open the floodgates for everybody wanting to make a video game movie at this point. We already got Last of Us, the TV show, holding it down based on the video game.
Yeah.
I think if the Zelda movie, I think they finally released some images of the Zelda movie too. It looks good.
It looked like
that movie.
It looked like it's a trailer for it. I'm not. No, this ain't no trailer. Never mind.
Nah, they just started shooting it, so there's no trailer yet.
Okay.
But they released some pictures of them filming on set, and it looks good. But if that movie's a huge hit, then you're gonna see a lot of video game movies from now on, man.
I'm shocked I'm shocked it took this long for them to make a Zelda movie.
Me too.
Yeah, because
they made that piece of shit Mario movie back in the early. Remember that shit with John Leguizamo?
Yes.
And that dude from Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What's his name? That movie was awful, dog.
Yeah. I think they had a movie. They had a TV show. Remember they had the TV show? Yeah. I'm surprised it took this long. And Zelda got some hardcore fans too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love Zelda. Especially growing up. I don't know if I could play Zelda now, but that shit it's too much for me. I like the old Zelda, but it's too I don't know, like fantasy type shit.
I think what gets me is when they're like, okay, you gotta get this shit to create, like you gotta craft your own weapons and shit. I'm like, wait a minute. Can I just buy something or find something? No, I gotta get these ingredients and make my shit. Then it breaks. Then I gotta make another one.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. When the mechanics get too deep, I'm like, I ain't got time for all this shit. And just put me in the game and tell me where to go.
Yeah.
Right.
That used to piss me off with like Resident Evil, man.
Yeah.
To the point you gotta go to this fat man and get some weapons and all this other. I'm like, man, just give me a gun and some bullets and let me go.
You gotta. The thing that killed me about the old ones, when it's like, and even them now, where it's like the door is closed, so you gotta go to the statue and move the statue so it drops a jewel. You gotta get the jewel and put it in the other statue, and the statue drops like key. And I'm like, wait a minute. Can you just bust down the fuck? You got guns, dog.
Yeah.
Just shoot the door open.
You're a fucking cop.
Yeah, why is this shit in the police station, by the way? What the fuck is going on?
If you don't kick this door down, the world about to end, man.
That used to kill me, dog.
Y'all get down everybody else's door.
Right? We got to actually go find the key in somebody's locker 12 stories down. Come on, man. They used to kill me.
And they don't give you no fucking clues either.
Hell nah. You got to get the strategy guide, man. $29.99.
Yep. you be in there trying to figure everything out, walking past the same shit, going past the same door.
Dog, we had to take a piece of paper and write down the clues. Like, okay, the picture shows you how you're supposed to unlock this thing. So you got to write the patterns down. It felt like I was doing homework. I'm like, dog, I'll play this shit to get away from all that. All right. I don't want to learn while I play a video game.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say they make them a little easier now, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because they just drop you in there and you got to figure it out. At least now they be like, make a left here, or they give you the how many yards away you are.
Yeah, they give you a marker. They give you like a thing that shows you got to climb up this thing.
Yeah,
you got not to make. I think they swung a little too. Now it's too easy, kind of.
It's way too easy now.
Yeah,
but before you'll be sitting there stuck in the same room, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? To the point you cut the game off, like, man, I'm done. and then you end up getting back to the game with probably a month later or some shit. And then you like,
forgot where you were.
Yep. Yeah, you finally figure it out, then get stuck again.
Yep. No, that was 100% my experience, man. You used to have to have the strategy guide, or you would get online in the computer lab and write down this shit and then take it home.
Yeah. Yes. I couldn't even print everything because we had to pay to print.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy, by the way. How you gonna charge kids to fucking use a printer?
One time we printed something. We went to this. It was a website. I forgot the name of this website, but they had to walk through word for word on every single game you could think of.
Damn.
And so I got one. It might have been. I forgot what game it was for, but it tell you exactly what to do and where to go and all this other stuff. I tried to print one page of it. That shit printed like 52 pages, man.
Damn.
And the lady knew. I mean, we was fucking kids, so the lady knew we not about to pay for this, and she was just so mad. And we ended up taking all of those pages, and we just like cool, but it was nothing she can do, man. When we tried to explain to her, like we tried to print one page, and they kept printing. But
yeah, no, that's too funny, man. But yeah, charging to print. I wonder if they still do that because I haven't been in a library in forever. But I would guess they charge you to print something somewhere.
I think they probably do, to be honest. And I think now you got to log in the computer with your library card and all that shit. You probably got to put money on your card. I'm sure you probably got to do all of that.
Sidebar again. If you realize ink is still very expensive, you would think that shit would go down throughout the years, man. Sometimes, because we have an office over here, and sometimes I'll have to go buy some new ink. That should be like $200, dog. And I'm like, wait a minute. We in the year 2025 and ink still costs this much? There ain't no way to make cheaper ass ink with some synthetic shit. I don't fucking know, but dog, that has to be one of the biggest hustles going on today because there's no way that shit costs anywhere near that much to make. Charging like $250 for black in some colors.
Dude, that's why niggas, whenever they run out of ink at the house, they just buy another printer.
Yeah. Sometimes it do be cheaper, honestly.
Yeah, you like, dog, if you paying $200 for ink and they got this printer on sale for $99, just put this printer to the side and just buy you another printer, man. Like that, we did that a few times, and I don't think we did it on purpose or anything, but it was just a cheaper printer. You get you a printer and you got the ink and all that shit because, like you said, that shit was expensive.
It still is, man. That shit's crazy. That's one of the biggest hustles going on, and it gotta be a specific kind of ink too for the printer you got. Yeah. So you would think there would just be a generic type of ink that would work with any printer by now. Nope.
Universal, like a universal type ink.
Hell fucking no, man. You got to go which brand you got, which model you got of the brand. Oh, you got an HP? All right, you got the HP MX36521864321 and not sometimes it be one number that's off. You got the wrong ink, so it don't work.
You got two, not one.
Yeah.
So, this ain't gonna work.
Like, dog, what the fuck? It's just crazy, man.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
But anyway, another tangent in a podcast full of tangents, but that's what we do, man.
Yeah.
I think that might about wrap it up. Anything else going on this week or this in general that you see, man?
Nope. I think that's about it. That's all I see.
You got any year-end messages for the people? Any nod you want to drop?
Nah, I don't think I got nothing, man. I think just want to say appreciate. Right now, it look like it's 211 people watching. Just want to appreciate every last one of y'all for tapping in. I know y'all ain't got to tap in with us, but y'all do it anyway, man. And it's crazy. I was just telling somebody this. I was talking to somebody, and they asked about the podcast. I'm like, damn, we've been doing this since like 2017. It's like we already on episode 308, 308 of them, and shoot, we also coming up on 10 years of doing this, man. So I think that's dope. Appreciate everybody just rocking with us over the years, man. It's too many to name, but yeah, man, we definitely we plan on coming back strong next year. Maybe have some guests. We ain't have a guest on in a minute, like a real.
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, real guest. Maybe have to try to get somebody on, chop it with them. But yeah, man, I appreciate.
What's Jack Freeman doing, man? What's he up to? We can get him back on, probably.
Yeah, he's still doing Jack Freeman shit.
Is he still banned on Twitter or whatever?
Nah, he be on Twitter. He be on Twitter wilding.
Okay, we might have to get him back. Might tap in with Jack, man. See what he's doing.
Yeah, but yeah, man, just appreciate everybody. We're gonna take a little hiatus, our yearly hiatus, and just enjoy time with the family and all that stuff. But we definitely gonna be back better than ever next year, early next year. Hopefully some crazy stuff happens so we can talk about it. And hopefully we talking about Texans in the playoffs or some shit. But yeah, man, whenever y'all get a chance, just subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube. We got to get them numbers up, man. We've been kind of slacking, but we got to get them numbers up. So yeah, appreciate everybody, man.
Nah, well said, man. Well said. My sentiments exactly. I appreciate everybody who listens to the podcast, who taps in, who downloads it, who watches us live. We appreciate all y'all, man. It always feels good at the end of a Friday to kick it with Figgy, my boy, and just chopped up about dumb shit in general, man. It's just fun to talk about things going on and talk about hip hop and talk about sports and entertainment. And yeah, as long as we can do it, we're going to keep doing it, man. So appreciate all the love, people who ask about the podcast and people who say they enjoy it. And next year, it's going to be fun, man, as usual. We're going to have a lot of shit going on. So like Figgy said, please subscribe. It helps us a lot. And yeah, until next year, hope y'all are all safe. Hope y'all have a great Christmas. Hope y'all have a great New Year. Don't get too fucked up, man. Be careful on the streets on New Year's Eve. You know how shit goes. And yeah, go Texans, man. Hopefully we're gonna see them in the playoffs and further beyond early next year. So until next time, y'all.
Peace.